Time's up. Have your order.
Here it comes.
If somebody's gonna try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f yourself. But go f yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob.
Little kid ears. When I first heard that, I heard not if you stick a lump of coal up his ass in 2 weeks, you have a diamond. When I heard as a kid, I sounded like in Twix, you'd have a diamond. Like, why are there chocolate bars up his ass? As a little kid, I didn't understand. Little kid ears hear things differently.
That's not even the funniest thing you just said.
What?
When you messed up, you said "cum in his ass," and then you started over.
I did?
Yes.
I'm colored. Shut up.
But we're told that we don't like any of this because we're misogynists. We just don't like this stuff because we're women. And the only reason we're unhappy about the Ray movie coming out, because, guys, did you hear the Ray movie was canceled and uncanceled? Did you hear that?
Dre, you heard that too, right?
I did hear it.
Wait,
I did hear it.
What did I do?
You said because we're women.
We hate it because we're women.
Okay. I said it. All right. Yeah, see, now Ariel just arrived, and she's going to make sure that I remember that.
Yes, we didn't want it to come out like this, but Adam is in fact trans. He's coming out of the closet. Him and Dermy are in a relationship. It's time.
It's still there. It's still there.
I didn't say that.
Well, you can still have it, but still identify as a woman.
We want to enjoy what we're looking at. We don't want sores and fat whores. Liar! No.
Let me be as clear as I can. Ain't no colors in Scandinavia.
Game over, man. It's game over.
Howdy, everybody. Welcome to the round table where we've got quite the show for you today. I had a show planned. I thought, hey, all right, it'll be a nice, easy layup this weekend. We'll talk some Deadpool Wolverine. It's going to be out. We could talk box office. We could talk about the movie. We'll do a spoiler discussion. That'll eat up. I think we could squeeze out at least half of the show doing that. Then maybe, I'll even put in a little bit of Disney Star Wars because Gina's going to have her lawsuit. We're going to get Discovery. That could be a topic. It might not be the most exciting thing, but it could be a topic. It'll be fine. Then maybe we'll get a couple more things in there. We'll get through the show. And then last night happened at San Diego Comic-Con, and wow, we are blessed. The internet delivers. We have so much to talk about. We are still going to talk Deadpool Wolverine. We're going to talk its massive opening weekend. We're going to talk how the fact that Marvel Disney has fumbled it out of the gate, and I thought that was going to be enough, but no, the MCU is doomed. And I say that specifically, it is doomed. There is no two ways about it. And I will have to revise our whole always discussion about, hey, how far is it going to go? Oh, we've been saying it's not going to make the Secret Wars. Oh, it'll make it there now, only to die. Only to die. It's going to happen. And then we've got glorious Doctor Who to make fun of. I was not expecting that. We got glorious Doctor Who. And we were blessed with the Rings of Power Season 2 trailer. And oh my goody gumdrops goodness. I haven't watched it yet. I've only seen a snippet. I've only seen tease what they've referred it in there. We get all our wishes from last season. Everything that we wanted to happen last season will happen now, and it's going to be glorious. I can't wait. Jed, can you wait? Can you wait?
Oh, absolutely not. I also have not watched the Rings of Power Season 2 trailer, but some of the stuff we learned at Comic-Con really make me look forward to Season 2 because it's gonna be a glorious disaster. I worried that no one would give a shit about Rings of Power Season 2 just because it fell out of the zeitgeist. There's only so much hate that people can conjure, but with this news, I think it'll
Mhm.
still be a relevant thing for us to review on This Is
Yes.
Mordor Country when that starts coming out. So
Oh,
I'm actually
dude.
looking forward to Rings of Power now because of how bad it looks.
We are just a little over 30 days away from the return of This Is Mordor Country. It's gonna be an insane stream, 3 episodes. I haven't aside from me and Jed, I don't know who the rest of the panel is right now because I haven't even started trying to get people. I'm sure people will want to come on. It'll be fun. It'll be enjoyable. It'll be a great Saturday night. It's going to be fun. Dre, I know you don't give a shit about Lord of the Rings, but all this glorious MCU news.
The Lord giveth. I tell you that. Good grief, man! Always the internet always provides. My
Yeah.
Lord,
Yeah.
man, just so much has happened this weekend. It's in freaking sane, and I can't wait to get into it. It's crazy.
I don't know. I honestly don't know where to start. I don't. I mean, what's the warm up here?
I guess Deadpool can be the warm up.
Dude, yeah, but I mean, Jed and I were talking about it. We've all seen Deadpool here now. We've all seen it.
Yep.
I've talked about it on several different streams and videos at this point. I've already been, so my thoughts have been out there, but I'll repeat myself. I'm fine, and we all have various degrees of opinions on it at this point. And it'll mostly be a positive discussion, I think. It'll be like a mini Saturday night drive-in when we talk about it. That's what it's going to be. That's how I'm classifying it. So I don't know if we want to save that kind of positivity towards the end, or we want to open with that kind of positivity, because everything else is going to be negative as hell.
Yeah, either way, we can't lose. So
I know. I know.
There is one possible slight positive warm-up thing that'll take us like 2 minutes to go through.
Okay. All right. Let's say hi to the chat. And then let's dive right in and let's get going, because it's only the 3 of us. Dragon Lady is with family this weekend, and so we hope she's doing well. And she'll be back when she is finished visiting family. And nobody else wanted to hang out with us this weekend, so it's just us. We're the lepers. Nobody wants to hang out with us. Anyway, hail to the chat. How you guys doing? Hail a goddess and good Sir Algo Strong, the mods who keep the peace and troll me. And yeah. Dr. Doolittle, that is kind of appropriate, although nobody wants to remember that performance.
Oh man, that was rough.
Yeah, so it's good. Hail to Hammy, hello, young man. Hope you're doing well. Just going on. Hail to you, Ruben X. How are you? Listen, I do call myself a Sith sometimes with how I deal with Disney Star Wars. I am an absolutist. There's Star Wars and there's Disney Star Wars. There's only you're one or the other. You choose one. Absolutist. You can't have it both. Hail Andy Pickle, how are you? MC Hodgins. I don't know. Hey Static, how are you? How you doing? Hey, huzzah, son of Joxer. Hail Masquerade, how you doing, my friend? And anybody else just watching, not chatting, we are happy to have you here on this busy Sunday afternoon. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channels, whether you're live or watching on the replay. We hope you enjoy the rest of what I think will be a very fun show, because let's be honest, with the news dropping just last night, we are one of the first panel shows to actually get a chance to break this down and talk about it, and it's going to be a good one. All right, Jed, what's the mini positive thing you got for me?
Well, it's a very, very mini positive thing, but as many people know, in just over 2 weeks now, we are getting the newest entry into the Alien franchise, Alien Romulus. And for those of you who don't know, I watched this film, the first film, for the first time last October for Saturday Night Drive-In, and I fell in love with it. And I'm a bit of a purist. I've seen all the subsequent ones, and I only really love the first one. I enjoy the second one, but that's it. That is my Alien opinions right there. But there are some things that are tentatively good looking for Alien Romulus. I feel like it's going to be a win if it just beats out Prometheus and Covenant in quality. But if it goes all the way and is the best one since 3, we're really looking good. So have you guys been following the news with Romulus at all?
I did see that at Con they gave everybody face hugger masks, and that looked freaking creepy. I wouldn't want. Listen, I wouldn't want a face hugger replica anywhere near me in a room. I just no. I mean, my arachnophobia aside, that's creepy as hell. I just don't want that. It scares me. But what else we got? I mean, I'm hearing positive thoughts. I heard some positive thoughts about the trailer.
I'm still. The trailer's fine. Not really anything to talk about there. I don't even think we need to watch it. It's more the behind the scenes stuff that matter.
Okay.
I'm still tentatively worried about it because, like a teenage cast, I don't think works for Alien. But the news that he's using primarily special effects, primarily real models and stuff like that, I'm really enjoying. And he talked about in an interview 2 things. I'll bring up the second one. The first one is he filmed the movie chronologically, which is very odd. But the reason he did that is to build the cast's chemistry as it goes. And then they filmed the death scene for these characters. Obviously, people are going to die in an Alien movie. And then those actors have to leave set right afterwards. So that kind of creates a deeper emotional thing. But this interview he did at Comic-Con is actually the thing that makes me most excited for this film and gives me the most hope. So during the audition process for Alien Romulus, he asked these actors if they'd ever seen any previous Alien movies. And one actor said, yeah, I've seen the first 2, Prometheus and Covenant. And I said in my head, yeah, you're not getting the role.
No.
I love that perspective because that's something we talk about a lot with other films and other TV shows. Is it's important to have at least a basic understanding of these big franchises you're going into, so you will care about it and try to be a good ambassador for these franchises. Unlike Mr. Yord from The Acolyte, unlike everyone from Rings of Power. Like we do value when you at least put in the effort to have a basic understanding. For an actor, they don't need to be experts on it by any means. But the fact that he was even considering, hey, have you seen the movies? Which ones have you seen? How do you feel about them? And someone who's only seen these 2 and seems to not even be aware of the older ones not getting the job, I think is a good sign. I think that's really a good sign. That he's doing this.
That we, like you said, we talk about that all the time. Oh, I've just signed on for Disney Star Wars, and the Star Wars I love is Disney Star Wars. I love Rebels. I love this. I love that. It's like, well, what about the trilogy? What about prequel trilogy? I think I saw an episode of the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice meeting you. Which should be the answer. Best of luck. We'll call you. No, but usually Disney Star Wars. Oh, you're black and gay. Guess what? You get the job. Thanks. That's all that matters. We don't care that you didn't see the shit. We don't care you don't know anything. And I say black and gay because guy who thinks Anakin blew up the Death Star, he was hired because he's black and gay and worked with Leslie Headland before. That's why he was hired. He wasn't hired because he liked Star Wars. None of them for that show were hired because they like Star Wars. Just the same as a lot of people who get hired for MCU movies, they're hired because they're it people. They're hired because they check a box. They're not hired because they're experts in the lore. Now, listen, like we said before, we're not expecting you to be an encyclopedia of anything.
Far from it.
Have a rough understanding of what you're getting into. And for something like the Alien franchise, that isn't hard.
No.
Watch the first 2 Alien movies. That's kind of all you need.
Absolutely.
Really all you need.
It's kind of like the Terminator movies. You just need the first 2 to go in.
Yeah.
But like we do hope for a basic understanding, but there are great examples of when you have no understanding, but you put in the work. Putting in the work, I think, is the most important thing if you don't know anything. Like Matt Smith is always the example we go to. He'd never really even heard or seen Doctor Who before, but as soon as he was getting interested in the role, as soon as that was starting to come up, he marathoned everything and became an expert. He is an encyclopedic knowledge now. So it's just putting in the work or having a basic understanding. That's all we ask. That isn't difficult.
And it goes towards then saying, okay, we're going to get people that get it, who are going to put in the effort and the knowledge, not only in the marketing, but you'll see it in their performance, and that will relay to the hardcore true fan audience. And we were talking about this last night on Saturday, where all you got to do is win over the real fans, the originally OG fans, the hardcore audience. Then they become your best ambassadors. Then they are going to go, well, this is good, and we're going to tell you why it's good, and we're going to try and bring more people and spread the good word. Word of mouth. Right now, it is fair to say one of the best things you can get in current day entertainment is good word of mouth. That will carry a movie. That could add an extra $200 million to any movie right now.
Easily.
If it's a nationwide, worldwide thing going on. It could add that very easily, and that could make the difference between break even and profit. So it doesn't hurt to pander to the fans. And we'll talk about it. That's why Deadpool and Wolverine will have good word of mouth, because they pandered like hell to fans. I
The
call
right
it
way.
It's fan service the movie. I mean, that's
Yeah.
all it really is, fan service the movie. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong at all. So I hope that Romulus is fun for the people into it. I mean, Jed will inform us whether or not it hits the mark. I'm disinterested because I haven't been interested in anything aliens related probably in 30 years, 40 years. Because Alien and Aliens, that's it. I kind of stopped there. I read some comics or some books, but the movies, nah. When I saw what they were doing, I was out. So I hope that hope it's good. And I'm sure Joe tells. And hail everybody coming. Hail Dom H. Hail Oscar. How are you guys doing? Coming in as we now get to the good stuff. That was the warm up. That's a little positivity before we get to the. You know what? I've decided we'll stay positive.
Okay.
We'll stay positive because you know what? People have already heard a lot of the Deadpool stuff. So if they're still coming in, that'll be wash, rinse, repeat. The real meat as we get deeper into the show. We'll get into that. So let's start with Deadpool and Wolverine. All three of us were wrong in one sense. We thought it wouldn't break $1 billion multiple times on the road. So, how's it going to do it? This franchise doesn't have a history of it. I'm wrong. Jed, are you willing to say you were wrong?
Yeah, it's most likely going to cross $1 billion. I don't think it's going to hit 1.5 or anything.
No,
it's going to make
Yeah,
some.
I've got no shame. I got no shame in I'm wrong. And I'm happy to say it because I actually had fun. So
and we could be objective and say I hate Disney. I hate the MCU. But this was a fun little movie that is just its own thing. And so here it is, though. Our Sunday privilege, box office. That's the money.
That's insane.
$438 million worldwide.
God.
That's boom. It can easily make another 200 to 300 million. It can easily make another 200 million domestic and another 400 million worldwide. It can easily.
I will agree with that.
It can easily do that. And there's your billion right there.
Yep.
There's your billion. So it's going to happen. $200 million budget that we know of. Marketing was insane. So I'm going to add another 50 million at least. It'll break even by next weekend.
I think that's fair.
It'll cross. Now, Jed, we were talking about legs before the show. How much legs do you think this has?
So this is a complicated thing with this film, especially because the main draw of this film are the cameos. It is cameos, the movie, and I actually think that's a detriment. This movie lives and dies by its cameos, and I don't think that's a good thing. Like Spider-Man No Way Home as the comparison tool to it, I think that still had a good story, a good plot, good motivations, good character arcs and stuff like that without the cameos. The cameos absolutely enhanced it and then had good character work with that. But there's still a decent film in No Way Home if you take out the cameos. Agreed. I don't believe that's true with Deadpool. There's no movie whatsoever besides some funny jokes if you take out all the cameos. So I think that's a problem, and I think that'll hurt longevity. Of course, the first few weeks are going to do gangbusters, and it'll cross $1 billion, but I don't see this being a film that's, still consistently making money in a month or two. And after it's out of theaters, I think it'll get memory hold after the first year or two, just because there's not much to talk about besides the cameos. Even No Way Home, people talk about it fondly, but no one really talks about the content of it anymore. And even the other positive things like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, these things are getting memory hold very, very quickly. People aren't talking about them with the same love and reverence that you do with like Winter Soldier, for example, or the first Avengers. And I think this one's going to be the same way. Without the cameos, this isn't a film. And that's going to hurt its longevity outside the theater, I think.
Well, all those things you said, I think that comparing it to, and I've thought this since Friday, since I've heard the larger streams talk about this, I think comparing this movie to No Way Home and now adding in to previous MCU stuff, I feel like that's an apples to oranges to bananas comparisons, because No Way Home in this movie, while they kind of exist in the same type of situation, they are two radically different movies that are trying to do two different things. While they're both the caps to trilogies, No Way Home is actually capping off a story that has been going on, whether you like it or not, whether you like it from Far From Home or Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home. it's capping off a particular arc for the MCU Peter Parker. This Deadpool has had no very thin tangential story through. I'm not tangential, very thin cohesive story. Excuse me, through all three movies, and Deadpool has always been about parody to me. It's always been about making fun of shit. Always been about just leaning into everything and not giving a shit and relying on either ultra violence. In the first movie, definitely leaning on Ryan Reynolds a lot for his portrayal. Second movie, extra characters, leaning into the idea of time travel and teasing multiverse with the time travel stuff like that. And then this one is just literally taking a shit on everything.
Yeah.
So I agree that you can compare them, but I would stop the comparison at cameos have different effects.
Yeah, there are ways to compare them that are legitimate. I think the cameos argument is a legitimate one, but in other areas, it's not. So I do agree with you to a certain extent, but I do want to make it clear, I did enjoy this movie. It's a whole hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Its plot is virtually non-existent. Its character work is driven by great performances. Hugh Jackman is incredible in the film, but take away the cameos and there's not a film whatsoever. It's just flashing colors and funny jokes after that. And that just doesn't work for me. The longer I think about it, the longer I'm removed from the film, the more I'm certain I don't want to rewatch it and that I don't like it. I'm still going to watch the clips. The clips are going to be great, but that's all the value that I can see going out of it, at least for me personally in the long term is. I mean, it was fun, but forgettable for me.
As I said, and we will get into some sport. We're not going to do spoilers yet. We'll let you guys know if you haven't watched yet when we're going to talk spoilers. So I will say that when I was watching it, I was completely enthralled. I wasn't thinking about anything else. I was just watching the movie, having the laughs, having the enjoyment. And I agree, the plot is thin, but for me, it's a legitimate plot for this type of movie. Redemption, family, not family, trying to save what you love. And that's a good enough plot for me that they stuck to it. They didn't try to overcomplicate it, and it worked for me. And I didn't ask for anything more because I didn't ask for anything coming to this movie. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Maybe my perspective is latched on to the fact that I didn't ask for anything coming to this movie. It was either going to be good or bad. That was my only thing. And I was either going to rip on it or say, I can put my MCU bias and Disney bias aside and tell you, go watch this movie. You'll have a good time because it's just fun and fan service. I mean, Dre, how much did you expect going into this?
So I expected dumb fun, and it delivered in spades. That's my whole point of going to see this film was I want dumb fun, I want ridiculousness, I want cool cameos, and I want over-the-top action sequences. And it delivered in every single one of those categories. I did not go into this looking for like a deep story or whatever. This joint had no story, nothing to speak of. What were the villains' plans? No clue. I have no idea.
Terrible.
I have no idea what they wanted, and I didn't even care because I just wanted to see fun stuff, and they gave me fun, dumb, ridiculous fun. And to your point, Jay, that you mentioned earlier about if this film would actually have legs, I don't think so. I don't think this film has legs as far as a month and a half from now. Are people still going to be flooding the theaters to see this? No. I think we have ourselves a Barbenheimer situation like we had last year. Everybody and their mama, including husbands, were kidnapped to go and see Barbie. All right. They all went to go see Barbie. And in those first month, Barbie made umpteen trillions amounts of dollars. Then everybody forgot about it. Reality. Then on the flip side, we had Oppenheimer, which is a serious character drama, which actually had legitimate legs, which end up stretching out to make its billion over the coming months because this story was intense, in depth, and people wanted to keep going back to see what they missed in order to put the story together. It was not a film that's clickbait. It wasn't a clickbait film. There isn't like, oh, hey, take this scene and watch it a million times. It wasn't like that. You had to be a part of it. This movie is clickbait. 110%.
Very true.
110%. Once you've seen this movie, you're going to want to see all the cameos over again. You're going to want to see those again, and it's going to be on YouTube. So you'll be able to just do it there. So I think this movie is going to make its money within its first month. I think it's going to cross the billion probably in two and a half weeks.
I agree.
At the most, 2.5 weeks, it's going to make its $1 billion, and then it's going to trickle on down. There's always going to be the hardcores that are just going to keep watching it because it's enjoyable. And let's tell the truth and shame the devil. This is a holdover from a time when movies were fun, and people are starving for fun. And to go and bring back Hugh Jackman, who everybody loves, and other things that Ryan Reynolds have done with Deadpool over the years, which has now made him a household name, and they're just giving and delivering fun, no agenda-driven nonsense, no foolishness. People are starving for it. So without question, this joint's going to make its money. But as far as longevity, nah, I think the clips are going to do more rounds.
Here's what I think, and I said this to Jed a little bit ago before we got started. I think it's going to find its longevity in the Fox Marvel Universe fans.
Sure.
Those who love the Fox Universe are the people who are having the most fun with this.
Agreed.
and are relishing every little bit. I mean, and let's one particular cameo, two of them actually aren't actually even Fox Universe, but they got swept in them. When we get to spoilers, we'll talk about who those were. But I think they're going to relish this movie because Jed, you said it perfectly before. It is a love letter to them, and they like it all like that. And let's be honest, to kind of shift gears a little bit, this is not an MCU movie.
No.
Whenever the MCU comes into this movie, for me personally, the MCU moments in this movie were the worst moments of the movie.
Agreed.
That is when the movie gets dragged down, when they're trying to reference the MCU, when they bring in, I'll spoil this now, when they bring in body positivity time cop from Loki. It's like, why are you here? Why are you here?
It's not a spoiler because she was in the trailer. So yeah, all the Loki stuff is really bad. Elias being involved is unnecessary. I do like what they did with the Void. They did change the point to the Void a little bit from Loki, but yeah, when you brought in Loki and other things like that,
anything
it just
MCU
drug it down.
Is weak. The only funny MCU thing is and slight spoiler now, whenever Deadpool wakes up and goes, Thor! That's funny because he's obsessed with the fact that he's gonna be hanging out with Thor later on in the future. But it is simply, to me, like you guys both said, it's fun. It's a thin story, but to me, it's a story that works within the realm of the movie. And the movie isn't more than it's trying to be. It is a parody. It's a shit fest. It's ultra violence. And it really is the chemistry of two men, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. It's chemistry of two men who were very happy to do this. They had a good time doing this. And you feel that. And that's why I think goodwill and good word of mouth, like you said, over the next month and a half, I think through the rest of August, will propel this to $1 billion. Goodwill and good word of mouth can carry you there. Longevity, you guys have echoed arguments I've heard for the past 72 hours. It will fade. There's no question, because some people made the argument that its current day jokes won't fit in later on. I feel as though it'll have its niche audience and it will remain in the zeitgeist because of its pure fun. Because like Dre said, it's a callback to movies when they're just fun. And I think that the charm of it being fun, because the thing I've heard for the most part from a lot of people's first reactions, I had fun. That has been like the first reaction of so many people I've seen, not YouTubers, but people in chats, people on Twitter, people in DM rooms. I had a lot of fun. I think that's going to resonate with a lot of people, and they're going to want to go back and watch this movie to just feel fun. This movie, I think, will be a happy place for a certain segment of nerd culture, because I had so much fun here. I liked watching them do this. Even though the cameos will maybe get stale, they're still gonna want to rewatch the movie to watch everything happening with those cameos, because they had fun. I think fun will have a lot to do with tapping into that little nostalgia part of the brain. So it'll find its niche. Niche. Now, is it the best Deadpool movie? No, Deadpool 1 is still the best one.
Absolutely.
I think this is better than Deadpool 2.
It is better than Deadpool 2. I did not like Deadpool 2 at all.
I did
not like that movie.
I have a very unpopular opinion. Deadpool 2 is my favorite one. For one simple fact. Deadpool 1 is more fun than
You're
2. It's
broken.
funnier and whatnot.
You're
But
broken.
2 has a story. It has a plot. It has character arcs. And that's what I love about movies. So I got what I wanted out of Deadpool 2 more than any of the
Okay.
others. Deadpool 1, I totally understand why it's everyone's favorite. It absolutely should have made the most money out of all of them, I believe. But it's all live and die by the jokes. And those are funny. But I like story and character. And that's what 2 gave me. But I definitely believe that 3 was the worst of the 3 and not even close.
Really? Well,
yeah.
I've heard that sentiment already. So you're not alone in that. There are other people
Yeah.
who agree that who fall exactly in where you line up. I disagree, but
Mhm.
that's okay. I'll still keep you around. Here, but see, I mean, I've seen a few people going, "Oh my God, how could they not have Zazie Beetz back in the movie?"
Don't nobody want to see no Zazie Beetz.
I don't want to see her hairy armpits.
God,
I want to see
God.
that. I want to see that.
Oh,
No, I can
Calm
never get
down.
that image out of my mind when I saw the movie. Her walk around her armpits unshaved. I'm like, no, I see the stubble. I see it. I don't want that.
God.
How could and now I haven't said this yet. I've been saving for day. T.J. Miller noticeably absent
Yes, he was.
from the movie.
Yes, he was.
Noticeably absent. Now I didn't
Yes, he
expect Gina Carano's Angel to make an appearance, so that Gina not being in it, that's not a factor. But T.J. Miller noticeably absent because he
Yeah.
got canceled hard.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anything Ryan Reynolds could have done to get him back in the movie.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I think Ryan
Not
Reynolds
working
probably
for Disney.
Yeah.
That's for
Not
sure.
working for Disney.
I think Ryan Reynolds probably wanted him in the movie, but I don't think there's anything he could have done to get him in the movie. So
No.
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, but as far as all the other actors and actresses that were able to return, I thought they did fine with what was given with them.
Mhm.
But I didn't come there to be entertained by them. I came for
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman. I came for Ron Reynolds, and I came for cameos, and it did everything I wanted it to do. So this joint deserves all the gajillions of dollars, and I'm very, very happy to be wrong. I'm so happy
I'm
to
fine.
be wrong.
I had a good time. And
to do this. Yeah.
So now we're going to talk spoilers now. Spoilers are going to happen. At this point, though, pretty much everybody has, at least who watches us, probably has seen it. So I'm not going to cry if you're upset. I've given you plenty of warning that we're going to talk spoilers. I don't have a fancy icon or anything to put up. I don't have any imagery. We're saying spoilers right now. So let's go. We talk about it. Let's go through the cameos. Best cameo for me had to be Blade.
I don't think that's even close. I think that's the answer.
And Wesley Snipes had the best freaking line. There's only one blade.
I love that.
And
Great.
this is why I said it before. That lines like Deadpool's speech about the multiverse at the beginning in Act 3. I don't think Kevin Feige saw this movie before the premiere. You don't. The Blade MCU movie has been in development hell for 4 years. You're not going to let them trash that like that, especially when you're trying to hype it up that they've got this ready going, that ready going, this it's still going. There's no way that happens, and that was just beautiful. Wesley Snipes still got it. I love Wesley Snipes. Blade coming in, they gave him some legitimate action in the fight.
Yeah.
So Blade was the best.
Some Blade 3 jokes too that I really liked.
Yeah.
I don't like you. You never did.
Yep.
Yeah.
like the cameos worked so freaking well. And I liked oh my God, what is that moron's name?
Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum. Thank you.
Oh,
Channing
God.
Tatum is
As yes.
Gambit. I thought it was really funny.
It was meta. It was beautifully meta. And Jen and I were talking about this, and I've talked about other people. I think everything about his Gambit is supposed to look stupid because it was always a stupid idea to have Channing Tatum be Gambit. Leaning into his horrible Creole accent, leaning into the fact that he has no story, he never was there, leaning into the absurdity of his comic accurate suit that they have him in, that it just doesn't look right on him in any which way or angle. It's all great. And he delivers one of the best lines. I was ready as soon as I got shot at my daddy's dick.
Yeah, that was great.
and then he goes and talk about, and he just keeps going, and he ruins it. They're like, no, stop, just stop. So Channing Tatum's Gambit is beautifully meta.
Yeah.
And even now, we all knew Jennifer Garner was going to be in this. We all knew Elektra was coming back. That's just calling back to your movie sucked. Ben Affleck Daredevil sucked.
Yep.
It's okay. He's gone. He's dead. Lean to that is fun. the other stuff from the Fox movie universe.
Yeah,
It
like
was
Johnny
fine.
Storm being in it.
I say
That was
I'm
cool.
okay them. Jed doesn't like it as much as I do. I'm okay with them shitting all over Chris Evans, Johnny Storm.
No,
I'm fine with
I
it.
liked his cameo for the first like 30 seconds, and as soon as he just got sucked off by Pyro and was worthless, and then got made fun of like he's some pathetic bitch who can't do anything, I was out of his cameo that moment for the rest of the movie. The first like 30 seconds, I loved it, especially when he said "Flame on" and how he thought he was going to say "Avengers Assemble." Like I loved all of that. But then as soon as Pyro just sucked out all his fire and he hit himself in the balls, I was done. I love those movies. They're not good, but I feel like they should have given him the same reverence that they did all the other cameos. Like all the other cameos besides Elektra were very much like, we love these movies. We love these characters. They deserve a good ending. But him, they're like, yeah, he's fucking pathetic. God, we hate Johnny. Johnny ain't shit. I'm like, why are you mistreating him so much, unlike anybody else?
There are
He deserves
rumors.
some love.
In other conversations at hand, some feel like they're purposely doing it to shit on Chris Evans. Some people feel like they're purposely doing that to shit on him. I don't know. All I know is that I was okay with it. I'm not a fan of Chris Evans, Johnny Storm. I'm not a fan of that particular Fantastic Four reboot. Although I would do incredible things with Jessica Alba dressed up as the Invisible Woman. I would do that.
The only thing I took issue with was the 1 second fight with Sabretooth. That I did
was
not
sad.
like.
Since they built it up so much in the trailers and the clips and stuff like that, and then it was one hit done.
Yeah, now. Grant, I know they're making a comic book reference when Wolverine finally gets the best of Sabretooth and beheads him. I get that, but really, come on.
But then they made a great joke. They made a Furiosa joke, and I was like, yeah.
I mean, the joke, like once again, the joke connected to it was great. But they could have gave me a fight. They could have gave me a legitimate back and forth fight, and then have the final moment be the decapitation, the running at each other and be a decapitation. That would have been cool.
Now,
100%.
There is going to be a director's cut coming out. There could be a lot more stuff. Yeah, there's a director's cut coming out. I felt like there are moments in some of the bigger battles that some of the cameos got cut short, like X-23 stuff. In the battle, the Ant-Man Cassandra base, I felt like they were cutting away from her way too much. I feel like there's going to be more and a bigger cut. I mean, Daphne Keene was fine returning as X-23.
Yeah, it was fine.
She lost her accent.
Well,
went full
she don't speak Spanish no more.
Yeah, and that all worked. And for me, though, I have two favorite parts, and it's probably not a big surprise. I like the Wolverine montage when he starts going to different.
Oh yeah,
that was great. Especially the comic accurate.
Oh, look at you, Harry Lou Retton, aren't you cute? All those are great because those are beautiful key moments, and leading up to the Cavalry. The legends were true. That was Henry Cavill as Wolverine. I managed to avoid that spoiler.
I did as well.
Full surprise. I was like, oh shit, that's Cavill. And damn, he looks jacked as Wolverine. And I want
great.
this.
My body needs this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I love the joke that Deadpool said in that scene is, we're not going to mistreat you like those losers down the street.
But seeing Age of Apocalypse Wolverine.
Oh my god, that was my favorite.
And he's just like all on top of going, he just attacks him and murders him without question. Every Wolverine attacks him and murders Deadpool without question. Seeing the John Byrne Wolverine, that was cool. The famous fighting Hulk. And we didn't get to actually see that, but that was enough for me. Where he goes, I'm Marvel Jesus, boom, get out of my way. I'm Marvel Jesus. Seeing the Wolverine strung up on the X. I forget what arc, what that one's from. That was
that's oh boy, just had it in my head. Ooh, that's gonna hurt me later. It'll come to me in a second.
It'll come to you when we don't need it anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I love that he's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay? I'm just gonna leave now." And of course, he goes up to Patch, and Patch is without even looking at him. Gank, get out of my way. All of it, that was great, and that was fun for me. That's the respect I talk about that this movie will show. It's respecting the characters, and it's respecting the fans. It's just giving us pure fan service. Just to make us smile. Just to make us smile
in all the right ways.
And I love the so-called final battle at the end against the Deadpool core, because my expectations got subverted. I thought that what was going to happen is Deadpool was going to rally the Deadpool core.
Yeah, I thought
and
they were
use
going
them
to
as a
work with
force.
him. Yeah.
But then they subverted it, and he had to fight through the Deadpool core, and that is just glorious ultra violence for me. Yes, is it CG heavy? I don't care.
It's very, especially when they jump out of the bus.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
But,
CG Deadpool, I loved it. And
There was a little bit of a problem with that scene. I loved the random Deadpools, like Cowboy Deadpool, whatnot. Those were good, but then there was like 80% of them were just Deadpool, exactly. And that, I think, was partially a missed opportunity, partially made it hard to follow the real Deadpool. Like when he was fighting the Cowboy Deadpool or whatever, absolutely could tell. But then he goes up against 12 people who look just like him. It was
You have
hard,
to-
especially in the bus.
you keep track of it, that he's always facing the way Wolverine is facing me. I admit I have watched that scene many times, so much so I can't get Like a Prayer out of my head. I can't get it out of my head right now.
Oh Lord, Madonna.
It's-
That took me back to my childhood. My mama played that album so much. Lord Jesus. Life is a mystery.
So
Oh my
there,
God.
that the Ultraviolet is great, and of course, I'm now going to play this. We'll come back to this because there is more story to this. It was right after the first trailer for. Let me see. Get the right one here. Where is it? Here we go. It was right after the first trailer for Deadpool Wolverine, where we got to see a lot of stuff, and I made a little prediction. Let's just hear what Nostradamus Adam has to say right here. And do as the
Like
creator of
proportions?
Deadpool, yeah. But
Am
now
I
this-
the only one here who is
Samuel's
I'm
gotta
happy to
get
see the
some
sleeves
shit.
look,
Oh my-
but without the epaulets, it kind of feels like it's a half
Yeah,
a
yeah.
costume.
Now here's where it would have been
needs
good.
the shoulder pads of the full suit. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
And here's what I'm
That's
saying.
what I'm
This would
saying.
be the moment where he should be in the mask right here.
Yeah.
Maybe
Because
it
this
is. Maybe it's one of those like Marvel move trailer mishaps.
where they're
things.
where they're gonna switch it out for the real thing.
Yeah, I mean they did it for Infinity War where they had like Hulk running
Hulk
along.
instead of Hulkbuster. And
So
we
maybe
know
this
what he
is probably
did.
where it is because like I would.
Bug and I called it.
Nailed
we
it.
called it that this was the moment where we were getting a mask, and we got the mask. Now, is it's clearly very digital,
It's every time we see the mask, it's CGI.
and I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Where was he
My
keeping
theater-
it?
My theater erupted when my theater erupted right when he put his hands behind his back because we knew it was coming. We knew it was about to happen. And it's great. Yes, the mask is absolutely CG, and a couple of moments looks absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed every single
love it.
second of it.
And
It
he
was
kept it on for the rest of that part all the way until we're done with battle. He kept it on.
Yeah.
He didn't just wear it and have to take off. And it was glorious for me. I was like, yes, there's a mask. And I just enjoyed watching him just pummel all the Deadpools. I mean, I liked it that he took out Lady Deadpool first.
Yeah.
Just like, boom, you're done. Just like, boom, cut her down. And it's just going, I love it. It was fun. And that's all I really wanted. I wanted to have the fun. And then them just leaning into every bit of it. And the superhero jump down. Yes, that is full CGI. That was a complete CGI Ryan Wilson.
But I loved it. It's like after there's a part after they jump out of the bus and does the claw thing. And see, like I geeked out after the CGI part was done and Deadpool falls and all that stuff. It's because of the Wolverine stance that he was in. He was in feral stance. His knees were bent. The whole thing. He was doing the like post berserker bounce. I mean, I'm that guy. So I'm just like,
I'm with you.
I'm like, yes, give me that. That was great.
And then the baby starts laughing. What are you laughing at, you little fucker? See, the humor. Here's why I appreciate the humor in this whole movie is because it's not MCU humor. It's proper humor that doesn't break the rhythm of the movie. It's just hits it every time. And it was fun. And I appreciate every little bit of it. Even the stuff that is over the top. Because they don't care. They were there to please us. And I think everybody's pleased. And we can see for a fact that The money is showing it right here. People are pleased. They showed up on opening weekend. They're going to show up for the next 2 or 3 weeks. It'll cross $1 billion. But I think that's all we need. Spoilers. Anyone want to add anything else? I mean,
It was fun. If
Yeah.
you haven't
Yeah.
seen it, go see it. It's
Absolutely,
just
it is fun.
if you just want dumb fun and you just want to turn your brain
Dumb
off
fun.
and remember what it was like to have fun at the cinema. This the
That's
film
an
to do.
excellent point. I think a lot of people who are in some ways really criticizing this hard are forgetting just have fun with it. Don't get too caught up in will it save the MCU? Well, no,
Nope.
guess what? That's where we're going to go now. It was never going to save the MCU.
No.
Any money this makes is going to be wiped out in the next 6 months by the upcoming failures. So much so, right? I mean, this was my first my first story right away. I thought this is going to be something I was going to be able to harp on, be part of today's discussion. Right away, you got a winner. Oh, guess what? He's dead in the comics now. He's dead in the
Isn't this
comics.
like the 7th time they've done this with the MCU? It
I
feels
don't-
like it's
yeah.
always happening.
And that's the point. They can't help themselves. Not only is he dead, replaced with his daughter. So I thought this was going to be the big news to complain about, how Disney doesn't get it. On top of the fact that even the director says, excuse me, Sean Levy says, yeah, this isn't really a phase. But then Kevin Feige has to come out and say, oh, it's a phase. It's part of the phase.
No, it's not.
Guys, it's a phase.
It's making money, so he's claiming
Because
responsibility.
we're starting the mutant saga. Okay, all right. And Jed confirmed this for me when I asked him. I said, is this mutant saga? He said, yes, this is mutant saga. It's
From
confirmed.
what I've heard, yeah.
Yeah. And it's okay. You're calling the mutant saga. Let's think about the next several movies coming out, shall we? Next show, Agatha.
Oi.
Agatha.
Well, it does have mutants in it. We have the gay goth version of Wanda's kid in it.
Oh, she's.
You see, here's the
They haven't
issue.
even called her a mutant. They're still calling her a metahuman in MCU. She's not even a mutant. She's a metahuman in MCU.
Enhanced.
Enhanced.
Metahumans DC.
Yeah. You know what I mean.
Good Lord.
Go
But
ahead.
this is one of the major issues with all that. Or 2 major issues. One, Marvel Comics is dead. Screw them. I could care less. Like, you're gonna kill off Deadpool, who's a derivative character that already has a derivative version in Lady Deadpool, to replace him with a Lady Deadpool, which is his descendant. Ridiculous. Just garbage. We already know that's already dead. Marvel Comics has been dead a long time. The film industry. Here is my issue. Well, I got a lot of issues. The multiverse saga, which they rightfully crapped on in Deadpool. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go on a limb and say that you are right, Adam. I don't think Kevin Feige saw this film. I will go on a limb and say
It doesn't make sense considering what we're going to jump to very soon,
yeah,
which is all tied to goddamn multiverse still.
yeah. And they crap on it in Deadpool. And so to say like, oh, the multiverse saga is over, just like that, it never got started. It's garbage. You spent 5 years of absolute trash. Everybody's unemployed. Everybody's done. Everyone got fired.
Yeah.
They lost their jobs. And so to say like, oh, wait, no, it is part of it. Like, bruh, just take the silent win and walk.
Yeah.
Bro, you
Don't-
can't do this.
Shine too much of a light on this because everything's about to fall apart with the MCU.
Wait.
Before we get to the big reveal from last night, which nobody saw coming. Nobody saw this coming. Let's go down. Let's march through this. You got, as I said, you got Agatha all along coming out, and no Jeremy. I'm not watching it for ballbusters. So you got that happening. That's wasted money down the Disney Plus abyss. Then you've got another show I think I saw mentioned. Nobody's going to care about. I can't even remember it. Then we've got Black Falcon, Captain America, that upcoming $1 billion boondoggle,
Mm-hmm.
which is going to, with that alone, will wipe out the profits from Deadpool and Wolverine. That failure alone wipes it out. I mean,
Especially
yeah,
because you have to watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier to understand it, and people are not going to do that.
No. So that's a disaster waiting to happen. Then you've got the and then you've got the Fantastic Four movie. Dre, have you seen what they've titled the Fantastic Four movie?
Oh no, I didn't see the title for it.
Oh! Then I get
No.
to be the first to tell you.
All right, you
Yeah.
ready?
It's called Fantastic Four First Steps.
I mean, the first family. That's what it's supposed to be.
No. Fantastic
First
Four
Steps.
First Steps is the official title of the Fantastic Four
Because
MCU
it's
movie.
an origin story movie. Don't you get it? It's so profound. It's such a deep title.
Yeah, it's a 60s period piece with the Silver Surfer and Galactus in an alternate reality, another multiverse thing. This isn't even MCU Prime Fantastic Four.
So what's
which
the point?
Means, well, the
Well, they're
point
gonna
is the
cross
multiverse is still
over.
going. But that's a point. It can't be the Mutant Saga if you're still dealing with multiverse bullshit. It can't
And
be.
none of those things are about mutants yet.
Yeah.
We
There is
don't
not
have
a
any
single
mutants yet.
I mean, you just realized, Jed, you just pointed the obvious goddamn truth. With everything coming up, Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts is still happening. They announced more Thunderbolts yesterday. They had everybody there. That's a movie that's still happening, not a show, a movie. None of these projects leading up to the big reveal that we've got 2 Avengers movies, none of this is Mutant Saga. Yet Kevin Feige just said right at the beginning of Con, oh, it's the Mutant Saga. I don't see a mutant show, a mutant movie, nothing leading up to it, nothing at all. So then you announce, and then they announce the Russo brothers are coming back for Avengers Doomsday. What is this, Superman? And Avengers Secret Wars. Now,
I think they just proved that their career is nothing without
it is
the
nothing,
MCU these days.
I think this actually proves 2 things, Chet. 2 things. One, you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct that the Russo brothers need Marvel. But this also proves that Disney Marvel needs them too.
But do
they have not made a single dime outside of what's happening as we speak since the Russos left. They have lost billions of dollars. This is a callback to the old regime to take back control of this of the station. I was stunned and surprised, and of course, with the other thing I'm sure you're about to announce.
We're almost there. Almost there.
This is an old regime takeover. Plain and simple. This is an admittance of failure. They'll never come out publicly and be like, hey, we screwed up for the last 5 years. That's never going to happen. But the things they're putting in play, my grandmother used to have an expression, I can show you bag, I can tell you. That usually meant I was about to get a beating, but that's neither here nor there. They are showing us that, yes, we have no idea what we did the previous 5 years, but we got to undo it and bring back the people that, call it like it is, know what they're doing with these franchises.
But here's the thing. Do they? Because you look at this. Doomsday, Secret Wars. Dr. Doom is our big villain, yet he hasn't been introduced yet. But I posed last night on Saturday, I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to shtup in a Dr. Doom teaser at the end of Captain Falcon Black America.
Oh,
I now that with all the reshoots, I wouldn't be surprised if this was already set in stone, because the rumors of who's going to play Dr. Doom, that surfaced a week ago. Suddenly, there comes the trial balloon. And we all went, no.
That's too dumb.
No, it's too dumb. Well, it's not too dumb, because Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark, is Dr. Doom.
That is the dumbest casting of all time.
Dre, even with my average knowledge of comics lore, never once has there been a Dr. Doom variant that was Tony Stark.
I can't remember if it was Tony Stark, but I know there's a superior Dr. Doom, if memory serves me right. There's like
there's superior Iron Man where he's evil, I think.
Yeah, I can't remember if that is actually Tony Stark, but that was, once again, that was still alternate non-616 continuity.
But
so
I could honestly, there's never been, I'm 99.9% sure there's never been a Dr. Doom variant that is Tony Stark. There's been evil Iron Man for sure.
Yeah.
So now here, this is all the desperation we needed to see.
Yeah. Now that I agree.
They backed several dump trucks full of money up to vegan.
Oh God, yeah.
Robert Downey Jr.
I do have to say this is a better option than him coming back as Iron Man, like actually coming back as Tony Stark, because I think that would be very detrimental to Endgame.
But this is still detrimental because it's just another variant. It's more multiverse.
It's more multiverse.
It's more multiverse. And by calling this movie Doomsday with no buildup, now I thought about this last night into this morning. They're just doing Infinity War Endgame all over again because he's going to win.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
going to win because this Secret Wars is not your good old-fashioned 1980s Secret Wars. This is 2000s Secret Wars, 2010 Secret Wars, where God Victor Von Doom, not God Tony Stark Doom, God Victor Von Doom destroyed all the multiverse and crammed it together into a single planet where he ruled as God Doom and had all the variants fighting with each other, had the Thor core, had all this shit. That's what you're getting.
Oh, I agree.
It's the same recipe. So the Russo brothers, maybe not as brilliant as you think they are if they're just going to redo their greatest hits.
But they have to, Adam, and that's the kicker.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was saying what I was saying earlier. This is waving the white flag. This is defeat. I don't care how anybody wants to frame it. This is waving the white flag of we have been doing a hot garbage for 5 consecutive years. We need to do what we did before just to try to get people in the door. This is what this is. And bringing Robert Downey Jr. drug him out of retirement for this. RDJ, if this isn't just a simple, we need butts in seats, and you are so beloved that we're going to back up the biggest Brinks truck in the history of humankind to your mansion so you can come and save our company, I don't know what else is. This is a Hail Mary pass to try to get people invested in the MCU because, wait for it, nobody is. They've scared away all of their customers. They're all gone.
Nobody. Do the normies come back for this? You got 3 years. We're 2.5 years. You realize they have a 2027 release date. There are stands that are going, oh my God, do you realize that The Mandalorian and Grogu and Doomsday are releasing in the same month in 2026? That's
Lord
a lot of money. Now listen,
it's way too much Pedro Pascal concentrated.
And that was the post that was talking about. He's going to be in both movies. It's like, first of all, I can honestly say Mandalorian and Grogu ain't going to make shit.
Oh, we all know that.
Now will Doomsday? Normies, they're checked out. They don't pay attention. They might not know what just happened here. So they'll hear Avengers movie, they'll hear Doomsday, and they'll go, "Oh, Dr. Doom, I think I know that guy." They might wander in and Dr. Doomsday, that might make some money. That might make some money depending on where the room is. But gotta understand, what's then the buildup? And that means this shit's come out in 27. They got to start shooting this shit tomorrow. That means everybody who's there are now there's a bunch of leaks for the Fantastic Four footage. I have been somebody that we know is giving them to me. I'm not gonna put them there because I don't want to have my channel destroyed because they don't like it when you put leaks up that they didn't leak. As soon as they're done shooting Fantastic Four, they have to take everybody there and start shooting this movie and Secret Wars if they're going to be in it. They have to. There's no time. Now, I don't worry about Pedro Pascal and The Mandalorian because it's going to be a stunt double for 90% of the movie anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So that's not a problem for him. But they have to get everybody who's going to be involved with this into MCU shape and get ready for Doomsday and Secret Wars. This is desperation.
100%.
This is something that they needed to do. They needed to get interest again, but this is just all kinds of wrong. I mean, I've already heard the commentary, people saying people are going to be confused. The normies are going to be confused when Robert Downey Jr. is Dr. Doom. But why is Tony Stark Dr. Doom? Why is Iron Man Dr. Doom? They're not all of us keyed in on this shit.
even if they're not keyed in, multiverse isn't a concept for a lot of these people. Unless you're in the nerd sphere, multiverse is not something you think about or know anything about. I've had to explain the concept of multiverse to several people in my personal life. Just not even related to the MCU, even previous to that. Multiverse is just not something a lot of normies think about or could wrap their brains around without a lot of work. And that's fine. It's just not something they're into, but multiverse is always going to be a negative thing as a primary tool.
Yeah, and right here, Frank is right. Listen, I don't blame RDJ for taking a paycheck.
Oh, yeah. He needs
make their
to
money.
recoup his losses after Dr. Dolittle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. God was
just,
a movie.
just take the money and buy a hamburger, dude. Eat some steak. Get healthy.
Oh, he's going to be handsomely compensated for his time. God bless.
So, I mean, come back and do it. It's a whole new contract, 2 movies. You get to be the bad guy. He's a great actor, but he's not Dr. Doom. Let's get right to the point then of this now. Robert Downey Jr., even as a Tony Stark variant, he's not Dr. Doom. He isn't.
Agreed.
There are, I don't like to play the casting game because I'm terrible at it. I choose not to. There are a dozen other people that could have been slotted in to be Dr. Doom.
Cillian Murphy, I think, would have been great.
Sure.
That's
You're biased, Jed. I won't accept that.
I am biased.
People have said Mads Mikkelsen in the chat. I've seen people say John Hamm. I've heard. I mean, there are numerous dudes out there who are successful character actors that could be slotted into Dr. Doom. Not Robert Downey Jr.
That's how you know that this is simply just a ploy to get butts and
jangly keys. Look, Robert Downey Jr.'s back, guys.
That's all it has. Imagine all the great character actors that are around that can fill this role. Hundreds, maybe. Yeah. But they went and got RDJ. It's only just to get butts and seats. It's the only way. I mean, because, like you said, he's beloved. He's beloved, and it's Iron Man is beloved. I need to get this man's face here so people can come see my movie. Period.
And then what are you going to do? Have him have a redemption moment at the very end and forgive himself and stop whatever horrible thing he set into motion with Doom World Secret Wars?
Probably going to be Tom Holland, Spider-Man reaching him emotionally.
Oh God!
Oh Lord! Don't say that out loud.
The best meme I've seen out of this is people saying Marvel unveils their new Mutants cast, and it's Chris Evans as what's his bucket, Scott Summers, and it's Scarlett Johansson as Mystique, and it's Chris Hemsworth as the Beast, and just like going through all their original cast reusing.
That's funny.
All.
I mean, yeah, that's good. I appreciate that. It's a good meme. Unlike Jed, I would have been fine with him coming back as a variant Tony Stark because it wouldn't. To me, it wouldn't have undone what MCU Tony Stark did. I am Iron Man, fixing out, undoing the snap. But for this is just using nostalgia bait. That isn't even real nostalgia bait. It's the actor nostalgia bait. It's not even the character. It's the actor to trick people. I feel like this is tricking people who aren't tapped in. Now, here's the thing. The internet has rejected this. 95% of the responses I've seen on Twitter and articles already, they're saying, no, we don't want this. We don't count the clapping seals in this audience here because they're all clapping seals. Yeah. Clapping seals who just want dead fish thrown in their face. That's who they are. Nobody asked for this. People wanted Dr. Doom. I mean, Algrim has been going off the whole stream. People wanted Dr. Doom. People who love Dr. Doom need it. This is one of the final desecrations. And think about it like this. You're introducing Galactus in this off-Broadway version of the Fantastic Four. You're just going to one and done Galactus. That's it. One and done Galactus. Galactus, who is, if not counting God Doom, is a bigger threat than Dr. Doom.
He is a universal threat.
Yeah.
Galactus is a universal
Galactus
threat.
isn't evil. Galactus is just doing his job. He's just doing his job. He's there to make sure the universe remains in balance. That's what he does. Galactus is a force of nature. He's not necessarily evil. He's just a force of nature
Do you know if he's going to be the fart cloud in this movie or not?
No, we've seen screen caps. It's full on.
Okay.
Galactus with the helmet. It's a screenshot I've seen him looking through a building at something. So it's real Galactus in terms of design. It's going to be actual proper looking Galactus, looks like. But it still doesn't make sense to me. You're just wasting Galactus on this. And I mean, like you said, what do they do? We're gonna bring back. They're gonna bring back Chris Evans as Captain America. It won't be a Johnny Storm. They played that card with Deadpool, so they're gonna bring back Chris Evans as Cap, and it'll be MCU Cap. They'll DH him somehow. They'll find a way, and it's gonna be a moment of Tony. Come on, Tony. You can not be like this, and then he'll gank him. And I guarantee that they're gonna pull what they did in the comics. A lot of this is so that Disney Marvel can introduce Miles Morales. That's how they saved him from the Ultimate Verse. They dropped him so that they can get him into the MCU main prime timeline. Because if they manage to squeeze out another deal with Sony to get Tom Holland Spider-Man, because remember, there's no deals right now with Tom Holland Spider-Man. None.
No,
there's nothing. If they manage to get him in there, that'll be the last you ever see of Tom Holland Peter Parker in the MCU, because they will squeak in Miles Morales, and then they have their MCU Spider-Man as Miles Morales. That's what they want. That is what they want.
But they're doing with everybody else. We got Riri Williams coming.
For not even just for the whole, check boxing. They want to own their Spider-Man. That's it.
Fair.
They want to own it. Sony owns Peter Parker Spider-Man. They don't own Miles Morales
They
Spider-Man.
don't?
I mean,
because Sony's been using Miles Morales in like the animated Spider-Verse movies, in the Spider-Man video games.
Well, I don't know if they own him. They might own like a variation. I think if MCU got it out there, that they would own that version if they put it in there. I don't think Sony. I mean, yeah, they're pushing him in Across the Spider-Verse, and they pushed him in the video game. But does that mean they own him completely? I mean, I don't know.
I was under the impression that they did.
To my knowledge, Sony owns all likenesses of Spider-Man.
Okay.
To my knowledge, if something has changed,
then retract my statement. Then I retract everything I said. Although I still think they want to make Miles Morales the MCU Spider-Man. I will.
I
100% agree with that.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
Then I retract my statement. I retract my statement. I misconstrued the ownership there. I did not.
Nah, it's all good. Yeah. But to your point, yeah, absolutely, you're correct. They want to get Black Spider-Man in there for reasons, but whatever.
Yeah. This is a waste of everybody's time. Now, we like to predict when the fall of the MCU is going to happen. We've done it many times on this show. We've all said it doesn't make the Secret Wars. Well, I changed my stance on that now. It gets to Secret Wars. It gets there. But I think that's where I think that's where it dies.
Yeah.
Because I think that no matter what they do, once Doomsday happens, and let's revert for a second now, and let's go back to that for a second with Doomsday. Boy, man, they ran away from Kang, didn't they? They ran away. They got fast and far away. Now, we talked about this during the whole Jonathan Majors storyline in the real world. We said, where are they going to go? People said, they'll go to Doom. And we said, how can they go to Doom? They haven't set up Doom. It'd be impossible. Well, don't we look silly? Don't we look silly for saying that? Because they just said, F it. We're going to go Doom. F it.
They just shoehorned him in here.
Yeah.
Dr. Doom is one of the most sophisticated and nuanced villains in Marvel.
Yeah.
This guy needs build up. And there's already films that have been shot, to my knowledge, that are already on the cutting room floor. That's already going to be pushed. One coming out in Black History Month. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. that's already freaking done. And that's what? Next year. That's 2025.
Mhm.
What other films is slated for 2025?
None.
Zero.
None.
Zero. So we're just going
Thunderbirds.
to
Thunderbirds.
And Thunderbolts.
man, boo, that ain't
Thunderbolts.
nothing.
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts. That ain't nothing. What they got to do with Doom? Nothing.
That's my
Nothing.
point. Nothing.
That's their Suicide Squad movie.
Starring
Nothing is building up to Doom.
starring Florence. Pew pew.
Oh
Yep,
yeah,
she's the main character apparently.
yeah. No one is going to see that. Period. So we got Captain Black Falcon, and we got Thunderbolts, and then presumably Avengers Doomsday. Where's my Doom build up?
Well,
And-
when's the release date for Fantastic Four?
Next year.
And that's in 1960s. Hoobity hobbity.
So there are
It
3
could
movies
set
next
it
year.
up. They could set up Doomsday in some ridiculous way, maybe a post-credit scene or something.
Now there
And
will
what-
be. There will be now.
And what, Doom would just show up in the 1960s and then what? Crack open the multiverse and now he's in the boo. The answer is boo.
Well, I
This
have another.
is unacceptable.
I have another question for you. Who are the Avengers?
I don't know.
I couldn't tell you.
I mean, Black Falcon, Sam Wilson. He doesn't have a team. We know he doesn't have a team going into Black Falcon, Captain America 4. He has no team. There is no Avengers. They're not there. Let's see. We've got who's out there. Let's go out there. We got people on the Thunderbolts, but they're the Thunderbolts. They're not the Avengers.
That's correct.
We've got White Vision around there. Terry Metalis' new show that'll come out next year. Terry Metalis. We got Vision Quest. So White Vision's out there. There's no deal for a Tom Holland Spider-Man. And listen, let's be honest. Spider-Man is not an Avenger. He's Spider-Man. Spider-Man will help the Avengers, but he's not an Avenger.
And he literally separated himself from the Avengers in No Way Home.
Yeah. So he's just your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man right now. If you understand.
Yeah.
So all right. So you got that. So can't get because there's no contract. Let's see. Hemsworth has said just the other day, I'm waiting for a phone call to come back. There is no contract for Chris Hemsworth right now. Okay. Let's see. Guardians of the Galaxy. They ain't a thing anymore. They're done.
That's done.
They're all signing contracts over at DC right now. All those
At
actors.
least the main ones, yeah.
Yeah. They're all signing
There's still that
contracts over there.
pseudo team that they ended 3 with.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count. I've heard about that. That doesn't count.
Well, we got the
let's
Young
see.
Avengers. They could just.
But those
fold
are the
them in.
young Avengers.
Well,
Those
they might
aren't
all be part of the Avengers.
Well,
and then
okay.
separate.
So we got America Chavez.
Oi.
Yeah, I'm a portal punch you. Then you got Kate Bishop, who's
who's supposedly going to be the leader of the Young Avengers.
Yeah. That's not. Yeah. Can't forget my She-Hulk. Can't forget my She-Hulk, who has been just washed away from all of this. No more Eternals. We know for a fact there's no Eternals movie.
But they're still going to have an impact because that's where adamantium comes from.
Yes, the giant celestial sticking out of the ocean. We're finally come back to that. Let's forget the fact that the Earth should be all kinds of effed up because
The Earth should be destroyed at this point.
Yeah,
The junk came from the core.
Yeah.
What are we?
Where's our gravity right now? Where's our rotation?
Where's our magnosphere?
Yeah,
Man, do you know? You could have crafted an entire saga around just the Eternal situation and trying to fix the Earth. I don't want
All
to
right,
think
so
about it.
all right. So we Shang-Chi and Marvel's Katie.
We're in bad shape, Adam. We're in bad shape.
We got Scar coming too. Hulk's 6-year-old son, played by a
Oh.
40-year-old man who's going to be a member of the Young Avengers.
Yeah, but,
Oh, I
you're
kicked that
listing
out.
young. But who are the Avengers? Who are the Avengers that is going to be an Avengers Doomsday? You kind of would need an Avengers movie to have an Avengers team first before you have Avengers Doomsday. What, you're going to have everybody magically come together? I mean, they're aiming for another mashup ensemble movie with a bunch of characters nobody freaking cares about, with an original actor of the original Avengers coming back to play a variant of Tony Stark that's Doctor. How do you have Doctor Doom without Latveria? What did Tony Stark go and did alternate variant Tony Stark go buy Latveria and set up shop there?
No, they're just gonna make it Sokovia because Sokovia is the fake European country.
This is not good, man. This is not good. Man, this is like.
And listen, has
Ultron.
Latveria ever been mentioned in any of the MCU?
Not that I'm aware.
No, no, wait. I think it was on a hologram map once. I'd
love some.
There was
I'd love some artist to find it for me.
Yeah, no, there was in Iron Man 2 in the end credit scene the hologram map that Nick Fury showed Tony that had a bunch of different areas, but there was one in Eastern Europe that people thought was Latveria. They later came out and said that was Sokovia. Leading up to Age of Ultron. So that's the only one that I'm aware of.
Well, that's all I can try to remember. So with that in mind, no, that's my answer. No build up. We're just going straight forward.
And it makes sense because if you're not doing Latveria, then you can't do. Then of course, no Victor Von Doom. So fine, whatever.
Well, if they're gonna stick with the Eastern European thing, I think it's gonna be something with Sokovia, and with that, probably something related to Ultron. Maybe in this version, Tony was the only survivor from Age of Ultron. He got Ultron's mask burned to his face, and it's actually Ultron's face instead of the Doom mask.
There is no right answer.
There's all wrong answers. You're absolutely correct. There's no way this legitimately works because there's no build-up. Avengers 1 worked because you built the team for 5 movies, if you count Ed Norton Hulk.
Yeah.
Then Age of Ultron. You had a bunch of in-between shit that led up to it. You had the team, and they all had abandoned certain parts of other stuff to be the Avengers. Great. It worked. There was no S.H.I.E.L.D. anymore, which is why the Avengers are doing all that shit. Yeah, Age of Ultron worked, and I like Age of Ultron. People shit on it. I like it. I've always liked it.
It's aged very well.
Yes. Then let's see. And then, of course, Infinity War. That's the culmination.
Mm-hmm.
That's culmination. And Endgame is Endgame. I still like it for what it is with all its flaws. With all its flaws, I like it. And I will criticize all those flaws, but I still like it.
Frank's right. We've got Namor and female Black Panther for the Avengers.
Oh my God. I forgot about Shuri. Oh my God. And Namor from Latin America or Central America. I don't know. Fuck. This is stupid. This is stupid. There are no Avengers right now. And you know what? Here's how lazy they freaking are. Maybe it's time to not do Avengers movies anymore. How's that for a thought? Maybe making an Avengers movie is just to jangle keys and nostalgia bait the normies. Maybe you should maybe call it something else. I mean, goddamn, I'll go back to what I said a little bit ago. Feige says, it's the mutant saga. Well, why don't you make a goddamn bunch of mutant movies?
Yeah, where are the mutants?
Yeah. I know it's meaningless, but, pay Henry Cavill. New Wolverine. Do it. That's goodwill.
Might as well.
What
else you got?
Like Jet said earlier, James McAvoy, he says, yeah, I'd love to be Xavier again. Fine. Just bring back McAvoy. He was a great Xavier. Bring him back. Now, you can keep Jennifer Lawrence. We don't need her as Mystique. Fine. Don't need her at all anymore. Don't need that. But why don't you put together the X-Men? And why don't you build towards X-Men supervillains who can be world threats? I mean, we don't need to do Magneto. We've seen enough Magneto. Why don't we do Mr. Sinister? Why don't we do we're not going to think about Oscar Isaac's Apocalypse. We're not going to think about that because that wasn't even Apocalypse. Why don't we actually build up to Apocalypse? Why don't we actually do what X-Men 97 did? Why don't we do a Sentinel storyline? Why don't we build up to this shit? You had You have a roadmap. Leave the Avengers alone because you don't have the Avengers anymore.
They gone.
It's Amy.
Damn it, you broke my serious tone, Jed. Leave the Avengers alone. Do the mutants, but no, we're going to do the Avengers Doomsday, and then we're going to do freaking Secret Wars so that we can bring everybody back and we could reshuffle and do a reboot. And then maybe we'll get to the mutants. Maybe we'll get to the mutant saga in 2028, 2029 when nobody's going to give a shit anymore. This is not how you do this shit. You let the Avengers rest. You let the non-mutant characters rest. And you do a fantastic... You don't... Listen, some people said they don't have a problem with it. I do have a problem with the Fantastic Fours being a period piece. I don't want to go to the 60s. I don't want to go with the Jetsons version of the 60s shit. I don't want that. Don't do that. It's retarded. Just like Pedro Pascal's Mr. Fantastic. What are we going to have? My God, are we going to have Pedro Pascal up against Robert Downey Jr.?
Yep.
As Reed Richards versus Tony Stark. Where's that relationship even?
Wait a minute. Pedro Pascal is going to be Reed Richards in the 1960s?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Is this going to be I Love Lucy? Is that what this is?
I don't know.
Because Pedro Pascal is definitely some kind of a Mexican, right?
I think
he's they
South
keep pushing him as a
Colombian
Latino man. He's Latino representation.
So this is I Love Lucy.
I don't. But you realize they're gonna. It's not even gonna be Reed Richards against Victor Von Doom, who have their actual backstory history. Reed Richards versus evil Tony Stark.
Oh boy,
that doesn't work. I think the biggest problem with the Pedro Pascal casting isn't what he looks like. I think the biggest problem is he's the smartest man in the Marvel universe. I do not believe he has the IQ of room temperature bread.
So, no.
He can't act
it's
that
just
well.
not going to be believable that he's smart.
Reed Richards
basically intelligent.
Reed Richards is the emergency lever in every story. We've run out of ideas. We need Reed Richards to pull something out of his ass and save the day. And that's always been my problem with Reed Richards. He's always the emergency lever of every Marvel story. When all chips are down, we have to go to Mr. Fantastic to finally save the day. And that always bugged me. That's why I'm not a real Fantastic Four fan. That just always gets on my nerves. But I still respect its character's existence. And you're doing a disrespect by putting Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. And because he doesn't have the acting chops, he doesn't have the gravitas, he doesn't have the ability to like Jed said, to put forth, I'm the smartest guy in the room. Going up against what the MCU has set up as their smartest guy in the room, Tony Stark. And that's where it's going to go. Oh, my God.
He's not even the smartest guy in the room when he's the only guy in the room.
Oh, my God. There is no path to victory for the MCU. I mean, what's going to happen between then Doomsday and Secret Wars? If one leads into the other, that means there cannot be, they're a May to May. It's literally a year apart. There can be nothing else in between. That means no shows, no movies. And if Doomsday,
they still pulled it off in between Infinity War and Endgame. They had stuff in between. They were flashbacks and prequels and stuff like that, but they still had content.
I guess.
Like Ant-Man and the Wasp, as terrible as that was, they tied that in. Captain Marvel came out in between. So they can still have stuff out, but not timeline-wise.
I don't see that's how bad it is, though. I didn't even think of those.
Those are really bad.
Because Ant-Man and the Wasp is literally a fart in the wind, and Captain Marvel was a manufactured moment. It was a manufactured moment that they tricked people into go seeing. But so what are you going to do for a year between these? Especially if Doomsday ends up, I'm not going to say it's going to flop because I think it has a chance, as we said earlier, to trick a lot of people into the theaters. But I do not think it will leave a good taste in anybody's mouth when all is said and done.
I think it actually has a good chance of flopping because what we saw with the later Avengers movies was the absolute bonkers budget. Like Endgame had a budget of over $400 million. And because as much as these movies are going to be bad, they're still going to have so many people in them that their budgets are going to be
and
astronomical.
CGI. The CGI is going to be off the charts.
Like I could totally see Doomsday or more probably Secret Wars having a budget of $500 million. One of those having that high. If it's that high, there's no way they're going to break even.
There's no way they make the four. What did Endgame top out at? 4 billion.
Endgame? No, it was like 3.7, so it was nearly there.
All right, you're nearly there. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think it gets anywhere near those heights of gross and therefore net.
God no.
So this is a disaster what you have because they have no plan. Stooping in Robert Downey Jr. as evil Tony Stark Doom shows you have no plan. Look how easily they abandoned the Kang plan.
Yikes.
Kang Dynasty was supposed to be Kang Dynasty. Look how
they even
easily,
kept the color scheme.
Look how easily they abandoned it.
Because they weren't setting it up, so they didn't have much of an issue. Yeah, there's a little end credit scene in Ant-Man and the Wasp and Loki. Yeah, that's not enough to warrant setup. So yeah, they could abandon it very easily.
Yeah, and they're never going to mention it again. You're never going to hear a Kang again. I guarantee. I almost guarantee it. Almost guarantee it. So this is MCU's done. It's done. We're watching the rotting corpse being displayed in front of the world, and a bunch of clapping seals are going to try and convince us that everything's good and okay and healthy because Robert Downey Jr. is back. No. I predict nothing but miserable future for this. And Blade movie.
Boy.
Remember, that's supposed to happen between all this at some point, I guess. I don't know.
That movie is never coming out.
There is only one Blade.
One Blade.
And
God.
All these motherfuckers got to stop trying to skate up.
Skate uphill. That's my joke.
They all got to stop trying to. That's what the MCU is. Let's be honest. That's what the MCU is now. They are trying to ice skate uphill.
It's true.
Trying to skate uphill.
It's true.
We spent long enough on this though. Let's move on. It's doomed. It's doomed. But we'll be talking about this for months to come. This is a gift that's going to keep on giving. You know what also keeps on giving? Doctor Who. Dre, you could take a powder on this one.
All right.
Jed, have you watched this trailer yet? I haven't.
I have seen it. I'll just prep Dre with it. It's the Christmas special for Doctor Who coming out in a few months. It's called Joy to the World because the main chick is named Joy, and she's the fat chick from Bridgerton who made
hold on,
just to be naked.
Oh,
yep.
Oh,
so
body positivity.
We're getting the gift of joy to the world.
So who this white woman?
She's from Bridgerton.
She's the fat chick from Bridgerton that everybody's.
The show Bridgerton.
Yeah.
She's from the show Bridgerton. If you don't know about this, in season 3, she insisted they write in a sex scene with her where she could go naked to own the chuds who didn't like how fat she was. So it's anti-fat phobic. Make me be naked.
So, in order to get back at the chuds, you show your disgusting fat naked body?
Yep.
Okay. Just making. Wait, who wins there?
Well, I won because I didn't watch it.
There you go. That makes sense to me.
And
you're having a wild time.
F it.
You're gonna love this. You're really gonna love it.
All right. Here we go. And there's more to this. This is just the beginning of this now. So here we go. I have not seen this yet.
Hello, Paul H. It's me, Nicola Coughlin. I am so sad I can't be at San Diego Comic-Con with you all, but I hope you're having an amazing time.
Yeah.
So I am thrilled to be joining Doctor Who for the Christmas special this year, and I am so excited for you to meet my character Joy, a determined woman whose life is changed forever when she meets the Doctor. I had the best time shooting this episode.
Honey, you're losing your accent. Careful.
She is English, right? She's English.
I don't know. She's fluctuating. She's fluctuating.
Episode with Shooty and the whole crew. I cannot wait for you all to meet Joy. Now, before I go, I want to personally give you all a first look at the special coming this Christmas to Disney Plus and BBC iPlayer. Enjoy!
Hold on one second.
I'm sorry, did you say BBC Nightmare?
iPlayer.
It's more apt.
Oh crap! I only have the full part of it. I wanted to play the Doctor Who Cares ditty, but I only have it attached to the countdown. We can't go through the whole countdown. But yeah, Doctor Who Cares. We're coming back. We are coming back. Dermy's excited. He's excited. He watched it last night while I purposely didn't watch it because I wanted my fresh reaction just for you, Jed. So he was flipping out, and Dermy says, yes, Doctor Who Cares is coming back. So we will be back for it. So here we go. Fatty on Ice.
Huh.
That's a little loud. All right, so this is the Blitz.
Oh, you're gonna love this joke.
Close the window, Basil. There's a war on.
Cathedral's been hit. Don't think there'll be much.
There's a war on? You're
You should
wearing
turn
on
off
my
your
nerves.
lights.
Oh my-
That's what you're supposed to do: is turn off
Yeah.
all your lights.
All the lights are supposed to be off when there's a rare raid. Jesus Christ.
Left. Used to know someone who lived up that way. Long time ago.
Woman, was it?
2 women, in fact.
Well, that
Oh! Oh, the gays are bad. The gays
Is it
are
in
bad.
1940s England?
Yep.
Yeah. The clothing is not correct if I'm going to say.
doesn't surprise me.
Costuming, that costume.
It's the end of everything, you know. Everything we hold dear.
Yeah, because there's 2 women living up the road from us.
They're
Democracy.
not showing any gravitas for the Blitz. Like, people were
I know.
terrified
I
living
know.
through this.
Wait. Isn't this is when England was getting bombed?
Yes, that's what's
Yeah.
happening right now.
Oh.
Germany
Yeah.
is bombing
Yeah.
London outside the window.
Yeah, it's the Blitz. They're getting bombed to hell. You're supposed to turn off your lights and hide.
Or feel something.
Yep, have emotions.
No.
Enough.
Oh, it hasn't started yet, Adam.
I don't want to do this.
Wait.
Look at this.
Wait.
Look at this smiling, fabulous man.
What's going on?
Oh,
Oh
just
my!
wait.
So is he? Oh, all right.
Ham and cheese toasty and a pumpkin latte.
Is this an advertisement?
It's a grilled cheese and a pumpkin latte.
People
At
are
least-
dying
All
outside.
right. At least he's wearing his so-called doctor
Yeah.
outfit.
But he doesn't know where he's at.
What?
He doesn't know this is the Blitz.
Okay. All right. Gotta keep going. Then.
No? Okay.
Quick! There's a black man in our home,
Hello.
and he's very gay.
It's locked.
Well, that door's always been locked.
What?
Is that door?
No.
No, don't. It's not what you think. I thought that too.
Okay.
That's it. That is all of the Blitz that's going to be in the episode. We just saw the entire Blitz sequence.
And now we're on the Orient Express. 20 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Wait, has the Doctor already been on the Orient Express?
In space.
Okay, it's been. You're right.
There was murder on the Orient Express
Okay.
in space with
You're right,
Peter
you're right.
Capaldi.
You're right. But I knew it was there. Oh, hey.
That's so
hey.
on the nose.
Let's go back to more Agatha Christie, which we already did. God damn it.
Ham and cheese toasty and a pumpkin
No.
latte.
No! This is stupid.
So if you haven't figured it out right now, someone ordered a pumpkin latte and a grilled cheese, and he doesn't know where they're at. So he's just popping up in random times trying to figure out who ordered this.
I hate this.
Is that the joke?
Yes.
Well, this whole thing is a joke.
Christ.
We are 2.5. I mean, cutting out Fatty's, I guess, 30 odd seconds of fattying. We're now a minute into this, and I don't what's going on. He's oh god. All right, fine.
Who are you?
Wrong room. Never mind.
Did I wait a minute? Did I hear a zipper get pulled down? I heard a
Yep.
zipper.
It sounded like it. It might. It doesn't look like these tents have zippers, so
Yeah. Well, if it's Shooty Gatwa, then I'm sure a zipper's coming down somewhere.
yeah.
How many cheese in a pumpkin latte? Never mind.
Ah.
Well, I'm sure she wants that latte and that ham and cheese sandwich. She needs it. She can't go 5 seconds without a calorie hit.
Do you have a room, please? Just for the week. Single. Oh, does it show?
Yes, it does.
I want to stop here just for a second and show the cheapness of the mentality of the people in charge of this show. Let's get the annoying it girl from Bridgerton and put her in our Christmas special and think that that's going to bring people in. No, because guess what? I don't care if Bridgerton is always topping the charts on Netflix. Nobody knows who this fat chick is. Nobody does. Nobody cares. All we know is she's fat.
Room, I mean. Oh, it's quite pink. Bathroom's through here. There it is, the ensuite.
I just want to point something out here, or ask a question. Have either of you ever in your lifetimes been at a hotel where the concierge goes up with you,
Never.
or the front desk lady takes you to the room and shows you it?
Because I'm not a millionaire who gets that kind of service. That's the
No,
service you get when you are a high roller millionaire and you have your dedicated suite and they roll out every little bit. So, of course, then the person most in charge is going to walk around and make sure you're happy. Not for some rando fatty single chick who in this shithole of a no-tell hotel. God damn it. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Is it here? Oh, it's just that door, isn't it? It's always a door like that in a hotel room, a funny locked one. Anyway, I'll go get you some towels.
You know, she better hope there's not a lot of running going on.
What the heck is going on?
She's fat.
Nothing.
She's fat. I'm going to keep saying she's fat because I'm pissed at this.
You're going to love the next 10 seconds, Adam.
Hello. Merry Christmas. I'm Joy.
What?
Welcome to my room.
She's talking to a fly.
She's talking to a fly. I could make a really crude joke right now, but I'm not going to.
She's gonna eat it.
Is she a human?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Okay.
What?
The star seed will bloom, and the flesh will rise.
What? What is going on?
Ham and cheese toasty and a pumpkin latte.
That's it.
What is going on?
I don't have the words.
As I said before, this is why you don't drink your own urine. This is why. What did I just bear witness to?
I mean, is what? I'm sure the show will tell us why he's trying to serve, maybe why he's trying to deliver. The pumpkin latte and the ham and cheese sandwich.
I'm
But
sorry.
it's-
Look, I'm not into Doctor Who.
But
So
where, no, but where did he come from if the Solarian came from in there, but he wasn't in there because he's surprised to see him? Where is Shooty God? What? Where? That's not how the TARDIS works.
How does the Silurian makeup just keep getting worse too?
Yeah, what was with the brown and the I
So,
don't-
but Dre, you don't need to have seen Doctor Who to make this make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Okay, all right, good. So what would this be an advert for? Because I don't know anything. Why would I assume this is for the special? Okay, all right, that's all I need to hear. Okay. I don't know what's going on. This does not
I know what's
intrigue
going
me.
on. They're canceled. This show is canceled. That's what's going on.
I don't get it. The dude's trying to give somebody a pumpkin latte, which is gross, by the way. Come fight me.
Pumpkin anything is gross. I don't even like pumpkin pie anymore. I don't even like
And he goes across time and space to inappropriate times in history to offer said latte, and then he finds the fat girl, and she's definitely going to accept it. Is that?
Yeah.
Well, of course she's going to accept it. She's a fatty. My point is this, though. The Solarian came out of the door from the same place. You can see when it opened, same place. Where did Shurigawa come from?
Doesn't the door need to be closed for the portal to change?
But there is no portal. That's not how the TARDIS works.
Yeah, that's not the TARDIS.
It's not the TARDIS. That door's always locked. God damn it. It's just so bad. It makes no sense. All it is hi, we're cheap. We're going to try and get this chick that we think everybody likes and stup her into an episode, but nobody's going to watch this because guess what? Outside of a bunch of wine moms, nobody cares about goddamn Bridgerton.
That is true.
Nobody
That
cares
is
about
very
Bridgerton. It's one of those fac-simulated things that's a fac-simulated hit. Streaming numbers are bullshit. Nobody cares about Bridgerton. Nobody cares about this fat chick. Everybody's rejected. Body positivity is being rejected all over the place. And already her acting in that teaser is ridiculously stupid. The character is ridiculously stupid. Joy to the world. Joy to the world. There's no joy in this. There's misery. R.I.P. Doctor Who. It's done. It's dead.
But Adam, the franchise is better than ever. It now has a Star Trek mobile game.
Oh my god! Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, we got
It's
that. I mean,
absolutely
that's where we're
better
going.
than ever.
Yeah, that's where we're going. So that's just part of what they showed us for this because they had the genius move to put Russell T Davies and Alex Kurtzman on the stage together at Con. Doctor Who and Star Trek showrunners announced that the two franchises are crossing over for a mobile game.
The big question here, though, is are these two men the two men who have done the most damage to sci-fi in the last few years?
Ooh.
They decided to put the two most damaging sci-fi creators on stage together.
I mean,
because Ryan Johnson would be up there if it
he's a
happened
one
so
and done.
long ago.
But
Yeah,
he's one and done. These
guys have the most consistent damage.
Yeah.
Consistent sodomy, without question.
Yeah. Because listen, Kurtzman is continuing to do, as Jay would say, unspeakable things.
Oof.
Star Trek. I'm not going to make you guys watch the Section 31 trailer. That's for tomorrow night with Samuel and Devil. That's for tomorrow night. But yeah, Kurtzman with the vehicle given to him by Jar Jar Abrams has done it. Russell T Davies. I mean, Russell T Davies has permitted the destruction of Doctor Who because he could have fixed it. He had the right and the ability to fix it with this last season, but he chose not to.
Made it worse.
So for for them to like say, they're gonna have it's gonna be mix of Doctor Who Lost in Time and Lower Decks. That's right. Just bring in the worst there is.
That show's still on?
Yes, it's got one more season.
Lower Decks. That's what I'm talking about. Lower Decks. is
Yeah.
fine. Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Talk about failing upwards. All right.
That gaping bastardization still goes on. So this is retarded. I mean, yes, as they remote here, there has been a TNG Doctor Who crossover. That's comics. Comics, and Dre can attest to this. Comics are the lowest tier of the tier hierarchy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lowest tier. That never counts as canon or continuity, unless referenced. It always usually goes movies, books, games, comics.
Yeah, depending on the franchise, but 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10, yes. Agreed.
Yeah. So I mean, this is just retarded, and this shows these people have no direction. I mean, we covered it recently. Doctor Who, they already have pretty much confirmed that Disney looks like they're not going to fund a season 3 of Ncuti Gatwa Doctor Who.
Can't afford it.
Yeah. Well, they're really not going to be able to afford it soon. Now, does that mean it's over? Not necessarily. As Jed has pointed out, there are still other people who are involved in the pie that could fund it. But are they going to want to fund it?
That's a good question.
Because if what we just watched is the bridge between the next 2 seasons, because that's usually kind of what a Christmas special is. It's a bridge. It's supposed to be something somewhat separated from a storyline, but at the same time, it's supposed to bring back things you loved from the previous season. Give the Doctor a chance to have an adventure without repercussions to the main storyline. But this will be Ncuti's second Christmas special, and he already has not distinguished himself first season, crying literally 7 out of 8 episodes every time. There is no hope. Doctor Who is dead. And this just shows you that Kurtzman Trek is pathetic and stupid as well. If this is who you're hitching onto to try and get a cheap win with a mobile game. I mean, listen, we're all gamers here. I despise mobile gaming.
Yep.
I hate it. I think it is the worst type of thing because it's I don't want to play. I want to be going like this on my goddamn phone playing a game. I either want a keyboard or mouse in front of me, or I want a controller in my hand where I can actually do something on screens that are actually legitimate. I'll be messing around with goddamn thing. I mean, I have a Switch right here. I plug my Switch into my TV to play it.
That's the way God intended.
Now, if I have to go on a trip, then I will break out the Switch. It's mobile then. But that's on a trip. And I want something to keep me busy for the hours of the journey if I'm on a plane or something like that. Or if I'm sitting around waiting for shit. That's different. But as a gamer where I'm not going anywhere, I want a gaming experience. And messing around on a tiny little screen, going like this with my finger, is not gaming to me. It's not fun. It's retarded. And this just shows you how out of goddamn touch they are. They want to get a cheap thing. I bet you it's another goddamn gadget type game. Oh, do this, do that, moving around, get the little noises that make you feel like getting an endorphin hit. You did something right. Screw this shit. This is pitching to the lowest goddamn IQ denominator out there. This is why all of it's failing. Because they're not making shit for the real fans. They're making shit for the people who are tourists, who don't care. Doctor Who is dead. Kurtzman Trek is not Star Trek. And Star Trek is essentially dead. Live in the past. Go watch TNG, watch DS9, enjoy TOS in the movies. Half and half on Voyager. You know what I mean. There's plenty there. And they have endings. You could, nice little bows, you could say, fine, I've watched it all, I'm happy. Kurtzman Trek is, oh my God. I don't want to do this. This broke me a little bit right now. It broke my brain. It's broke my brain a little bit for the retardation of this. That they expect, this is what you're showing off at Comic-Con? This is your big reveal? I mean, Jed, years past during the heights of Doctor Who at Comic-Con, when they rolled it out there, it was a big deal to get Matt Smith on stage, to get all those people for what was going on, everybody there to have a roaring good time. when they actually had stuff to talk about. This is nothing.
No. During the Stephen Moffat era, especially at Comic-Con in America, Doctor Who was a presence. Obviously, it was never going to be as big as the MCU or anything like that.
No, of course
but
not.
it was always one of the biggest things. Like, it was consistently in the top 5, maybe, of biggest franchises coming to these Comic-Cons. Like, it was a big fucking deal. And now, I mean, this is the biggest Comic-Con Doctor Who's had in the last 5 years, I'd say. And even still, it's pitiful. It's pitiful.
I mean, it's so pitiful. They didn't even. Here's how pitiful it is. They didn't even bring out their so-called stars. Shooty wasn't there. No Shooty. No Millie Gibson and her nice titties. Ain't she in there?
Was it just Russell?
I guess so.
Wow.
I guess so. I mean, I haven't seen any footage of Shooty Gatwa at Comic-Con. I haven't seen, and Fat Chick had to phone it in. Fatty had to phone it in.
Just
am
like
I being
her acting
mean?
in the episode.
Yeah, am I being mean? I don't care if I'm being mean. These are miserable people. She gets both barrels because of her body positivity bullshit. Owning the chuds. If she say owning the chuds, guess what? You're fair game. I'm gonna make fun of your fat ass.
Well, not just that. She's been marketing her whole social media off of the fact that she just raised £2 million for Palestine.
Oh, even better.
She's very proud of that.
She could take her anti-Semitic, bigoted ass and go, sit on the toilet and get stuck. All right. Good goddamn. F all these
Okay,
people.
so I have a picture of Comic-Con with Russell T Davies. Shooty and Millie are both there, but it's
they
just
are?
the
Okay.
three of them.
Okay, I guess my timeline didn't give me any footage of that.
I didn't see really anything until this.
All right. So my time. Remember, I require. I don't go looking for these things in terms of footage. So okay, there they are. Okay. All right, there they are. Okay. All right. So I didn't get it. I didn't. Usually I require some of this stuff to filter in through my timeline. And fine. They were there. Great. But it wasn't a big deal, was it?
No.
Because guess what? Nobody knows who Shooty Gatwa is. Nobody knows who Millie Gibson is. Everybody knew who Matt Smith was at that time when it was really popping off. Everybody knows who Alex Kingston is. She has a career, and her being a part of it was fun. So you have her show up. That was also a big deal. This is not a big deal. I mean, how big a deal is it? The fact that that's the best shot you can get of them at con right there, a distance shot.
Yeah, nobody cared.
Nobody cared. Nobody cared. So much that, like I said, it slipped through the cracks of my timeline where it didn't pop up. Didn't pop up. Well, thanks. Again, this is more Disney. Remember, this is still Disney. This is Disney Doctor Who. Disney Doctor Who. So thanks, Russell T. Davies. Thanks, Kurtzman. Thanks, all of you, for continuing to remind us that you've ruined so much with a cheap-ass, silly trailer that is goofy and dumb and doesn't even rate in terms of what the fuck. Doesn't even rate in terms of I'm excited. Who's excited over that? I'm sure. I mean, we got 5 months to go, so we're going to get at least 2 more trailers for this shit, I'm sure. We'll break them down when they happen. But this is your teaser?
What it looks like is it's the opening bit of the episode, and where it cuts off at to be continued is when the credits would start the opening title sequence. So I don't even know what to classify this as.
You're right.
Peak.
That's an entire scene.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the beginning of the episode.
Well spotted, Jed. That is an entire scene. That's not clips of a trailer. That's an entire scene. That makes no sense.
Nope.
I mean, it's one thing. Just use an example because it's the one that pops to mind because we did it for Drive-In a year ago. The first Matt Smith Christmas special. It's one thing to suddenly pop in and have the opening thing of that. Oh, this ship is crashing. Why is it crashing? And Rory and Amy are freaking out because it's their honeymoon. And where's
they
the doctor?
explain it all.
Yeah,
I feel like the credits are going to end and the episode's just going to say, Shooty's going to say something like, the TARDIS picked up on a hunger like none other. That I just knew someone on Earth was so hungry that I had to come and rescue you. It'd be something stupid
I
like that.
I could make a gay dick joke right here, but I'll just move on. I mean, and Frank is like, right, where's the hook?
Fat chick's name is
Bridgerton
Joy.
chick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bridgerton chick named Joy.
Joy
Here's
to the
your hook.
world.
So
Russell
they
T.
already,
Davies is gifting us joy. How benevolent.
yeah. Oh, he's gifting us a glorious stream in 6 months is what he's gifting us. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna rip this shit apart. Watch Jeremy lose his shit because that's always enjoyment. But I mean, no, there's no hook. There's no nothing. There's no je ne sais quoi. There's no feeling to this. It's empty. It's hollow, and it's going to be rejected. I mean, Jed, do we have numbers for the remainder of the Doctor Who season yet? And all its failures? Have we ever gotten that?
I mean, we've got all of the iPlayer numbers.
Okay.
But the Disney Plus numbers, we've got a few leak stuff, but they were not trending on the Nielsen's whatsoever.
Never.
So no, we have no Disney numbers that we can corroborate or even believe are true. We have all the British numbers, and they were abysmal, but none of the worldwide numbers.
So who is the audience that's left? Bridgerton audience, because they did the Bridgerton episode? Is that who you attracted to this? And you brought in one of their fat leads? It's not happening. It's a failure. It's not going to happen. It's not going to work. And you know what? Let it burn. Let it burn. Just like Rings of Power. We got one more glorious thing. And just to remind everybody of why we're doing this, because in just a little over 30 days, we get to go back to Mordor country.
When Frodo destroyed the 7th Horcrux of Sauron in the Battle of Stalingrad, I literally cried. Classic Tolkien masterpiece. Also, the scene where the two Nazguls beat it the fuck out of them.
Mordor
I'm crying. Oh, that was beautiful. The Shadow Rider, that gets a thumbs up. That was beautiful. I don't normally thumb up things like that. That's beautiful.
It's Mordor country, man.
Oh, that's epic. All right. Mordor country, where we will sit down and review episodes of The Ring of Power for your pleasure as we lose our minds. And they gave us a mini teaser trailer for season 2 a couple months ago. It got ratioed to hell. And then just the other day, they gave us a trailer of season 2, which has been overshadowed by everything else.
Mm-hmm.
But from what I know, and Jed can confirm this, we're going to get our wishes. So I haven't seen this yet.
Neither have I.
I have not watched it. 3 minutes, 51 seconds of glory. Let's do this. Let's watch this. Let's break it down. And let's get you and everybody else ready for This Is Mordor Country, because it's going to be a fun one. Amazon Prime, Rings of Power, Season 2.
Sauron sees himself as master of all Middle-earth. He seeks to rule it not
Oh, the crowd.
That's going to look so bad on a human head.
It's going to put it on. Sauron. They still have her going, Sauron. Sauron is going to rule Middle-earth. That looks so cheap. It looks cheap. Okay.
only through conquest, but by bending the minds of all its peoples to his own.
Oh, there's our new Adar. Father of the Orcs, everybody. Father of the Orcs, who tried to kill Sauron. And now he has to go make peace with Sauron. And they're going to have their little chat. I mean, notice they didn't scar this one up as much. He's not so scarred as the last guy. I guess they're playing into the thirst trap that everybody had for him or something like that. I don't know.
I mean, it is a different actor, so
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
it won't last.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We have to remember how that looks like costume jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
That's supposed to be
like a 30-cent thing you get at Party City.
This is Galadriel's ring. I don't remember the name of it. Remember, I'm not a super lore guy. This is Galadriel's ring. I mean, compare that to the imagery we have from actual, better, real live action Lord of the Rings. This is costume jewelry. It looks like shit. That looks terrible. That looks bad. And she's got that's her right there.
And for that, he needs not armies.
No!
No! Don't put it on. No. Why? We don't know. They haven't actually made up a lore. They haven't gone into any of the lore of the rings. So why is Femron so afraid why she's gonna put it on?
What makes this so much worse is in the books, the Elven rings were the only ones without Sauron's influence. Yeah. They were the last ones made, so they're the only ones you can put on without fear of danger if you're a powerful enough being, like Galadriel, who has the rings in the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbits. She has this ring.
And this is but in this one, they're the first rings that are made. They're the first ring, and they made them without Sauron. He wasn't even there. They used her dagger.
Yeah, but they used the skills he taught them. He taught them how to smelt metal. Like, have you ever thought about alloys? Like they have swords. They know what alloys are.
Yeah.
This isn't the Bronze Age.
So why is Femron so afraid? Why is Femron so afraid? He shouldn't be afraid. He doesn't know shit.
And hasn't she already put these on at the end of season 1? Didn't they all three?
No, they were looking at them. I think if I remember correctly, they were just looking at them. Oh my God! Look what we've done.
Rings.
In choosing to wear those rings, you have all become his collaborators.
No.
That's
not what that means.
That's not how it works. Because they made it without him. He's got no. It's. Oh my God! And let's go back a second here.
And I'm pretty sure Elrond ends up with one of the rings.
I think
I think it's Galadriel, Elrond, and Gandalf have the three Elven rings during Lord of the Rings.
I think Elrond gets Gil-galad's ring, and then Gandalf ends up with the Ring of Fire. Which is the other ring? They're putting her on a horse again. Dude, what's with his hair? It's even gayer than last season. Dude, that's just bad.
I know you believe this ring is deceiving me.
I'm sorry, how does that make any sense? How is the ring deceiving her, or they think it's deceiving her, when it had nothing to do with Sauron? It's as though they haven't read the books.
But it's her magic dick dagger who made it, and it was a beautiful thing. So it should be pure.
And now everybody who has a ring is holding her penis in their hands, I guess.
Believe it is guiding me.
Guiding her?
That's not how those rings work.
This may be by his design. These rings may be how he attains power.
Yes, if it's the rings of men and the dwarven rings. Because those were made by him and influenced by him, but the elven rings it's as though they've completely abandoned what the elven rings mean in Tolkien lore.
Oh, 100% they have. Even from season 1, they'd abandoned that.
Yeah, of course. But they had it. Here's the thing. You have a chance at season 2 to fix mistakes you've made. But they're doubling down.
Yep.
They're doubling down.
Must be destroyed.
We will discuss the rings once you have answered the question. Who is this man?
Oh, yeah. Remember, she hasn't told anybody yet.
She kept it a secret for no reason.
Yeah, she kept it a secret.
Wait, one reason. She has a crush on him.
Oh, yes. I guess we'll spoil it now. We do know we're gonna get what we so much wanted last season. We are gonna get Galadriel and Sauron. They might F. They might.
Please make it rated R, like triple X. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, you know what? Just get Morbid Clark's flat chest out there. Let's just have it all for everybody to see. Let's just do it.
He is no man.
You got to do it on the slopes of Mount Doom, timed with an eruption at the climax.
Please, I beg you, please. And now remember here's our shot of diverse elves. You've seen that. There's Asian elf right there.
Gay elf.
Oh! It's the oh shit, what are these called? Shit, I know what these are called. I'm not the biggest lore guy. These are chat, help me out. Chat,
I don't know what these are.
I know what these are. These are the shit, I forget the name. I'm not hard. I don't remember. I know what they are. They shouldn't be here. I know they shouldn't be here. The goddess is gonna get me, or one of the chat's gonna get me any second. We're on a delay here. Chat's gonna have to rescue me. Because I know what these are. I just can't remember the goddamn name suddenly. But they shouldn't be here. They shouldn't be here.
Shadow babies.
No, stop it. I think. Oh,
Are these the Nazgals again?
No. They have a specific name. I just can't remember it all of a sudden because I'm not that adept, and I'm losing nerd points here. But then again, I'm not super lore guy. I don't. I know they're not. They shouldn't be here. These should not be here. No, these aren't race. No, these aren't race. These are something else.
Something more specific.
They have a specific name, and I just forgot. I knew it 2 days ago. I didn't know 2 days ago. I have forgotten it. But they shouldn't be here. They should not be here. Well, somebody will probably say it in a minute when we're past it. These should not be here. Should not be here.
He deceived me. He's
He's Barrow Whites. Thank you, Joxer. The Barrow Whites. Those are the Barrow Whites. Yeah, they shouldn't be there. They should not be there. And now here he is with his wig on. Oops, wait, damn it. Didn't switch screens. There we go.
What do I call you? A sharer of gifts.
He looks the same.
He looks exactly the same. So they put Anatar in after they should have.
I mean, it's out of order.
It's clearly the same person.
Yes.
They're doubling down with making Celebrimbor a moron. Season 1, he was an idiot. He's really, really.
So let me just make sure I'm not retarded.
Yeah.
Is that supposed to be Sauron in disguise?
Yeah, that's Anatar.
That's Sauron who takes on the identity of Anatar, the Lord of Gifts.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it is Sauron pretending.
That is supposed to be the original way he suckers the elves.
This is what he should have looked like in season 1.
Yeah, Halbrand should not have been a thing. It should have been Anatar. But they have decided to go with him now, with him basically having the same exact facial structure as Halbrand.
Yeah, he's the shapeshifter. He could appeal as a completely different person.
Yeah,
different actor.
Exactly. You could still have the dude be Halbrand when he's not Anatar, but you could have just put in another actor in a shitty wig with a really big ass fucking forehead. Good goddamn, that's retarded.
Our work begins now.
I have walked across mountains.
Look, it's Poppy or whatever. No, what the hell is her name?
That's steampunk.
Yeah, we'll also see him. But look, here comes Gandalf, not Gandalf.
Wait, these are the Harfoots?
It's the one that went with Gandalf, not Gandalf. I don't remember
Nori.
anymore.
Nori.
Thank you, Nori. I think Barry Muncher's going to come back too. I think I know when last year we looked at that Barry Muncher is going to come back. She's going to follow her or some stupid shit. So they're now going to the east. Are these Easterlings?
Across mountains.
Are these supposed to be Easterlings?
I guess. Jesus.
What's with those masks, dude?
That's not Lord of the Rings.
No, that looks like the Dreadmasters from Star Wars: The Old Republic. That's what those masks looked like when we had the Dreadmasters and the Dreadmaster story arc in SWTOR.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean that's I don't know.
Desert.
Oh, and I forgot to mention now there's going to be they've created an original character to be Celebrimbor's apprentice, and it's a powerful little women's, a perfect little women's. I wonder if we'll see her in this.
To help my friend find his destiny.
What is with that wig? Dude.
Are those the homeless people that eat each other?
Yeah.
Well, she's one of them. She's one of them.
Hey, they at least got the twigs out of her hair.
Yeah, but that wig, geez, it looks like they just put it right on and just left it there. Didn't do anything to it.
One the fate of the world may depend on.
Is it my task to stop the fire?
Or are we gonna see Tom Bombadil? We're gonna see Tom Bombadil.
Is it my task to face Sauron?
Hey, look, Tom Bombadil, who shouldn't be here.
Shouldn't look like that either.
Oh. We'll save that for the show.
To try and cheat death might lead to an even greater catastrophe.
Okay, the Balrog, way too early. Balrog should know. The fall of Khazad Dûn. Wow, we are not there yet, but I guess we are.
Not for a few thousand years.
I know. Wow. Okay.
Father, take off the ring.
Oh, dwarven rings are in it, apparently.
I guess he's gonna toss him like he's nothing. All right, and let's get a look at during the I shouldn't be there with that. Wow, it's as though the costume design, the makeup work has gotten worse. It's gotten worse. If that's possible.
I'm afraid to.
Hi, with your Sith Lord with your Sith eyes. How you doing?
Good. Every soul in Middle Earth is in peril.
I thought she was blind.
Yeah, what happened to her eye scars, at least?
Yeah, I mean,
Will you abandon them to their doom?
That's not Tom Bombadil's character.
No.
He's not Mr. Let's worry about Middle Earth. He's Mr. I don't give a shit. He's Mr. I operate on a different
eat, drink,
level of
and be merry.
Yeah. So, I mean.
Oh, what have you done to me? Leave Sauron to me.
What? Stabbing him with the crown? You stab him in the back with the crown? He's supposed to, I don't know.
Promise me, Howard. You will not stop until he is destroyed.
All right, so I guess here's the siege of gee, what's that city called? Shit, it begins with an E. I forget.
Eregion?
Eregion, yeah. It looks like, I guess, the siege of Eregion. I guess that's what's going on here.
His armor looks a little bit better.
All right, I'll give you that.
This is the best armor we've seen in the show so far.
Yeah, it doesn't look. It's not the pasties. It's not the pasties.
Yeah.
I'll give it that. I give it a point.
Forgiveness. Take.
Oh wait, is Tom Bombadil gonna give him? And
his wizard hat. Yeah,
he's gonna give him his wizard hat. He's gonna give him his wizard hat. He's gonna give him his wizard hat.
Takes an age.
Oh, that was an Entwife.
Why they're gonna freaking do the Entwives?
That looks terrible.
They're doing Entwives. They're gonna answer a question that not even Tolkien wrote down for anybody to see. Also, that Arendir with the slickest fade ever can have a moment.
I need your axe, old friend.
Swear to God, if he says you could have my axe, I'm gonna lose it when we're doing that.
Fight with me.
He's got a weapon. She's armed and ready to fight. I want to see her waddle into battle. I want to see her waddle into battle. Please let her fight the Balrog. Please. Internet gods, let me have Disa fight the Balrog.
She's gonna put on the ring, and it's gonna make her a superhero, and she's gonna be like jumping around the cave from end to end around them.
Yes. Oh, Shelob. Oh, look, he's not dead because we knew he wasn't dead. Of course, Isildur's not dead. So Isildur's gonna run into Shelob. Is that what's gonna happen?
Fight with her friends!
When the darkness falls, there are always some who rise forth.
Just pausing for transformative purposes. Oh, goodness.
And shine.
Hey, look, the Eagles are coming. Eagles are coming.
You will give me the nine.
Are they gonna have all the rest of the rings in season 2? This is supposed to be
Sounds
5
like it.
seasons. Are they
Sounds
blowing
like
their
it.
load?
Well, listen, they know they're done after season 3. The escape hatch clause will be pulled. This is not getting to 5 seasons. It's not happening.
Who that be?
Oh, I can't wait to see if we're gonna see if they cut and pasted again. Instead of cut and paste like last time. It looks CGI'd. So we'll wait till we get to it, though. We'll wait till we get there. That it? Hang on, let's see. Anything else? No, that's it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, all right. Lyle Hammock, we love you, Lyle Hammock. But no, it's we love you. We will respect your opinion. You're enjoying it. I'm glad, but God, it's covered in lore bastardization. It's terrible. Now we didn't see it in the trailer, but they're at Con. They have said that Galadriel and Sauron, as before, they will have their romance. I wanted it last season. I'll take it this season. I'll take it now. And at one point, Jeremy told me this last night. He was reading an article we were on Saturday. He said that at the very end of the panel, they're about to stop, and somebody got one more question in, and they said, "Will there be any LGBTQ representation in the show? Will we see it in this season?" And somebody and the guy on stage went, "You might have already seen it in the trailer."
Are the wives gay?
I don't know. Listen, that would be rough for a lot of reasons. You know, bark can chafe. But it's not going to be good, but it's going to be good for us.
Oh yeah.
I will now. I'm gonna go a different tack this year with the reviews. With the 3 openers, I'm not going to review all 3 in one review. I'm going to spread them out. So we got the 29th, the 30th, and 31st. So I will drop one on each day until we get, with one dropping the day of Rings of Power, Mortar Country, so that when we get to Mortar Country, all of mine will be out, because I'm not gonna waste the content all for one video. I'm gonna separate the reviews. Also, I don't want to spend 9 hours reviewing 3 episodes in one day. That will break me. I can't do that. So I'll review every episode. We got Mortar Country. We haven't decided on a time yet, but probably around 8 p.m. Eastern is my guess, because then that way we're not. That way it gives us enough time to not cross over with other streams in our personal network of stuff. We'll get it in there. It'll be me, Jed, and probably a rotating panel. Whoever comes and goes. Hopefully we can continue to get some lore people on there, because I am not the strongest lore person out there. I am dangerous with my knowledge, just enough to be dangerous, just enough to know when I know something is wrong. But I know some more lore people, so we'll see what happens. And it's going to be glorious. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's not Lord of the Rings. That's what we call it, Rings of Power. I mean, I'll type it out for for algorithmic purposes, but it's not Lord of the Rings. Dre, I know you don't give a shit. You do not give.
Oh no. But I'm going to enjoy watching y'all tear it apart.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's going to be entertaining.
Yeah. I think we did see a female wizard in that trailer. We saw some chick with a staff
Did
doing
we?
something. Yeah.
Oh
We
yeah,
saw some-
yeah, the staff.
we did. Had some butterflies in her hand or something. I don't know. Stay tuned, guys. We are literally 30 days away from the roughly 30 days away from the premiere. A little over that from This Is Mordor Country, and it's gonna be joyous, at least for us. Anyway, any final comments on this? Because then I think we're done for the day. All right, then we're finished. Thank you all for being here. Jed, what's going on this week with you?
Well, just scheduled reviews and live streams. You can find me at on YouTube and Kick at Hollywood Scholar, and the main thing will be Saturday Night Driving, which Adam will get to.
Okay, Dre.
Yeah, so this is going to be a very, very interesting week for me. Tomorrow, we're on the Brutal Plan Comics YouTube channel. We're going to actually expand a little bit on what we talked about today about is the MCU back on track? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It's not, but we got a really good video to talk about in regards to that. And later on this week, this Friday, I will be doing my review of Batman the Caped Crusader. Thursday.
You're gonna love that.
Oh,
aren't
so Oswaldo Cobblepot, that Asian Harley Quinn.
Oh boy, there's going to be a great deal of suffering in Egypt, my lord. Absolutely.
Listen, I'll take Doctor Who. You can have that.
Yeah,
right?
so I will suffer through it, so no one else has to. So yes, I'll be reviewing that on Friday. So everybody can hit me up at DeBrute00 on Twitter, X, and check out my gaming channel, DeBrute Plays, and of course my regular YouTube channel, Brutal Planet Comics.
Okay, as for me, tomorrow, Mellow Mondays, 10 p.m. Eastern, we'll probably be talking more of this stuff, some things we didn't talk about here. Also, tomorrow is House of the Dragon review day. Tune in. Am I going to give an actual review, or am I going to rant for 15 minutes like I did last week? We'll find it. Tune in and find out. We'll see. I'm
you
not having
ranted last week. I didn't check that out.
Oh yeah, it's just 12 minutes of me yelling. That's all it is. That was my review last week.
I'm going to be 4 episodes behind after tonight. I'm very behind.
Listen, I was not pleased with what they did last week. I thought it was a waste of time. I really did. I mean, the quality is still there. The quality is still there. The good acting is there. The writing is still there. But this show is just stretching things out. It's just plodding along.
Fluffed.
It's plodding along, and that's all it is. And they're wasting time, and they're doing stupid shit like having lesbian relationships where, according to what I know, didn't happen. And yes, I believe in the books they do have Rhaenyra does go both ways, but the show hasn't presented
that up.
Never had. She's been cock hungry since season 1. Never showed her one of dining at the clam buffet. So I'm sorry. I that pisses me off. I don't care that she's going to be swinging from the lesbian trees. I just want the proper build up for her. Show me that there was a road there, not just suddenly have her making out with the white worm. So we'll see. I'll watch it because my whole point is right now, I don't want to waste my time trying to dissect things that are kind of pointless. So I'll just yell about it. And I didn't get the pushback I thought I'd get. I mean, some people didn't like it, but I didn't get as much pushback as I thought. So I'm going to yell about it. So there we go. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever happens during the week, I'm sure there'll be things to talk about. Wednesday, I will try and do a stream in the evening. You guys have voted on it. You said what you wanted me to do once or twice a month, one of those types of autopsy streams where I'll take a single thing and I'll talk about it. I'll see if I can come up with an idea for that on Thursday. And we'll see. Other than that, maybe I'll get a gaming stream in on Thursday this week. We'll try that. Friday, Ball Busters. We'll see what happens there. It's always a disaster waiting to happen. Although it might not be bad, Jeremy's going to say he's going dry for August. He's not going to drink throughout all of August.
I don't believe that for one solitary second.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens.
At least on stream. I can see him doing it on stream, but in his whole life, nah.
We'll see. So without Hiccup Dermy possibly making an appearance, we don't know. Ballbusters might not be the disaster that we think it is, because when he's sober, it doesn't quite go off the rails as it normally does. So we'll see what happens there. And then next Saturday, on Saturday Night Drive-In, I owe you guys a better conversation than when I did when I said let's watch Real Genius. So we're going with a true classic. We're going to be watching Lawrence of Arabia.
Oh, that's a good one.
A true, powerful, brilliant movie. So that's next Saturday. It might be a longer than usual because that's a big movie. It's a big movie. It's got an overture and it's got an intermission. that's the kind of movie we're getting into. So hey, it's gonna be glorious. Gonna have a good time. And then next Sunday we'll be right back here at 2 p.m. Eastern for another roundtable. I don't know what we're gonna talk about, but I'm sure the internet will provide. We'll just wait and see. I have no idea. Either way, thank you to Jed and Dre for being here as always. Thank you, thank you, chat, for being here. Without you guys, we don't get to do this. Hit that like button. If you are new here, new people coming in all the time, subscribe to the channel. Let us know you're having a good time. We will continue to provide you with entertainment at our own expense because that's what we're here for. And until next time, guys, take it easy. Have a good night or day wherever you may be.